Ghosts. Ah! Fledglings. Ah! I messed up my intro. I ran here all the way from putting children to bed. So just bear with me while I get my head together. Felicitations, family of fledglings. And it is so good to unsee you, ghosts. All right, that is something kind of like that. That's how I usually say hello, because that's what I call you guys. My hair is doing a thing 'cause it's raining, kind of got oily and weird, and it's getting long, and I need to cut it, but who's got the time these days to get hair cut? And I usually don't look at my hair until I stare at myself in a broadcasting software. So, you know, that's cool. It's kind of just everywhere doing waves. But I don't know if this happens to other people with wavy hair, but when my hair waves, because it does like this, none of it waves in the same direction. When I think when people think of what wavy hair might look like, they might think like an ocean waves all at the same time. But imagine all the waves were just like static and they all went in different wavelengths and also it's just welcome. I didn't even put on clothes. I just we're robing it tonight. Robe is clothes, so I'm clothed, but with robe. And I encourage you to do the same. Be comfy tonight. Comf it up.
You are my dad. You're my dad. Wookie, wookie, wookie.
Welcome. Wow. I am so in the stratosphere today. Welcome is my new greeting. I'm just going to stick with it. I'm not going to correct myself. Welcome, everybody. Charo says, clothes are dumb, and I couldn't agree more. One day when everybody is more comfortable with a lot of things. I say a lot of people who were forced to wear clothes don't have to anymore. And you know what? If you don't like the way those people look when you see more of them, that's more of a you problem than a them problem. Just turn and look away at something else. And Oz, welcome. What a beautiful subset of emoji there. My goodness. It's I'm in love with those. The fart is fantastic. The fart is great. Aren't you streaming? Isn't the streamer of Oz streaming right this moment? What are we streaming tonight? If you can hear me still. Tonight we're playing Riven, which we've been playing for a couple streams now, so we're in it. We're in it. I'll catch you all up for those of you that didn't see. Welcome. Oh no, you clipped me. Oh, love that for me. Thanks much. Yeah. Okay. Sierra, what's going on? I love your emoji game too. Bringing the emojis tonight. Wonderful. Great to have you all here. Hello and welcome. I mean, welcome. Welp. What? You think we can control, do a control of the eye holes witchcraft? You know what? Even if you're anti-witchcraft and you follow the holy book says, you know, if your eye offends thee, pluck it out. It doesn't say, you know, make other people wear different clothes. Assemble with care? What does that mean? Oh, that's what you're playing? It's called Assemble with Care? Never. Interesting. Go check out Oz on a separate browser tab, please. With Assemble with Care. It's tangy. Aww. Let me look at the other one again. Oh, it is. How cute. Adorbs. And has their own cat jam. Oh yeah, speaking of other browser tabs, if you have a browser tab to spare for YouTube, I'd love more watch hours on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/DamienHolme. It's the place to watch my live streams. And if you don't watch live streams because you catch me on VOD every time because you can't we time zone differently, then time zone me at youtube.com/DamienHolme. Also, if you don't have a Kick profile yet, go make a profile on kick.com and then forget it. Just make one for now. Go there. Do one more thing before you forget that you made one. Add Damien Holme Kick.com/DamienHolme. And then you don't have to watch me there. I got enough watch hours, enough stream hours, enough all metrics on Kick except for followers. My followers are loyal to their other platforms, which I love you for that. You guys are great. Really, you are. I probably only need less than 10% of my YouTube and Twitch people to be on Kick, and then boom, affiliate, bam, just like that, boom, choom, pow, welcome to affiliate. What is wrong with me today? I have 14 Twitch tabs open. I believe it. Troa, you know Twitch better than a lot of folks I know who stream. That is dedication. That means a lot of people know Troa, and I know that because every time Troa recommends somebody to raid out to at the end of the night, they go, "Oh, hey, thanks so much for the raid," and then they say my last name wrong, and then they're like, "Yeah, it was so cool," and then Troa's like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Oh, Troa brought you. Oh, cool. All right, so you know Troa. Hey, that's awesome. Okay, cool." That's how we do. Possibly a sign I need help. Nah, you're good. You're good. All right, so Riven is a thing that we are playing tonight. It's the sequel to the game Myst, the 1993 classic. Riven was created in 1997. And does this game? Okay, I was like, is this game gonna load for me? It did. So let's give ourselves a nice, beautiful, pretty view. There we go. Something nice to talk over. I don't need to be here. I just want, backdrop to discuss. So for those of you to catch anybody up who has missed a couple streams or missed a stream in the saga, you play through Myst, and the idea is there's this gentleman who can write whole worlds into existence in books. He's a book mage, a bookomancer. I don't know what you call it. Bibliomancer. Maybe that's a term. Is that a term? Bibliomancer? That sounds cool. He's a bibliomancer. They don't say that in this game, but that's kind of what it is. Oh, Oz. No. As soon as I go, the tiny is yelling. Tro says, I already almost finished City 2. Oh my gosh. That's so fast. The land tamed and shaped, just need to add a few more buildings and pretty things like water features. That's great. That's fantastic. I cannot wait to take a tour of how things have changed. Right. So Bibliomancer guy is creating worlds, bringing them into existence, and he's got his two sons that he brings along with him to teach them his ways. And he also happens to know just like a lot of like science and mechanics and stuff like that too. So he can go into the worlds and like teach the people how to subsist even in harsh environments. His sons are a little bit loony though, and we don't know why, but it seems like they're both like out to do bad things. And so he finds out that all of his books, but like a smattering, were destroyed. He imprisons both sons and then calls you, the player of the game, into his world to try to like help fix things. The sons try to lure you, and if you play the game right, you fail, and instead you save the father. And in this game, he's like, hey, now that you did all that great stuff for me, there's also another like messed up family member of mine, my father. What is going on with this guy's family? And his father is imprisoned also, but on this world, Riven. And so we're out sort of hunting his father to try to figure out just what the heck's going on here. Well, his father broke out of this prison and is already making his own worlds because, plot twist, he's a bibliomancer. So we're trying to stop him, imprison him, and here's the weird thing: we're trusting that the main guy, his name is Atris, by the way, that Atris is the good guy here. Now everybody else is kind of skeevy so far. They give bad vibes, but that doesn't mean they're bad people. See, the thing is, I think if you're in a family and you think your father is bad, both your sons are bad, and everybody's out to get you, maybe you're the bad one. I don't really think that, but I just think it would be funny if that's how it ended up being. This game comes from an era where I think plots were a lot more cut and dry. So if they twisted it so that Atris was actually the bad guy and everybody else was just like like he wrote them evil in his books or something, and then they started to turn more evil because of his bibliomancy. That'd be so cool, but it's not really indicative of this era of gaming. Games were not like that deep and plot twisty back then. So I think Atreus probably is the good guy. We're probably after a bad guy father, and we're gonna try to like shut him in a book like he did to his sons, something like that. But wouldn't that be? See, I need to be a game designer clearly because I got such great ideas for games. Bibliomancy is actually divination using a book as the tool. That's not quite the same thing then, is it? Writing worlds into existence and changing the course of their action by the subsequent paragraphs ought to be something. Maybe it's like scrivenship. Penmancy. All right, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we did get a hint from Oz. It was a pretty substantial hint at the end of the last stream. We didn't really have time to sort of follow up on it, but I think the idea was what we had to think about was there's a big dome, big golden dome. It's actually following my cursor on the far right edge of the screen. This big dome on top of this building is a big golden dome. And it's got a little bunch of baby domes all over the rest of the world. There's like several of them, baby domes, on the islands as well. And we've reached a few of them. When you open them, you can't do anything with them, really. She had to pee and made it to the pootie. I assume you mean potty, but pootie is an awesome word. Reminds me of Pootie Tang, actually. Well, I'm so glad that she actually is getting better and better with potty training. We're going heavy-handed in every way. We're doing the positive reinforcement. We're doing the negative reinforcement. We're like all over the place trying to get her to actually potty correctly. 14 tabs is totally reasonable. I mean, I have way more than 14 tabs across all my devices, but they're not all on Twitch. I don't think that's bad. Tro says he took a risk on my foods for the night. Ooh, and ordered from a new place. The entire menu looks like it was written by a stoner. I love it. I'm currently about to try a sandwich that includes, oh no, this is stoner food, chicken tenders, french fries, Philly-style roast beef, cheese, and Chipotle ranch. Amazing. All inside the sandwich. Love it. Yeah, 14 tabs is just the Twitch ones. Exactly. You know, there's nothing wrong with that kind of comfort food. I've made stuff like that at home myself completely sober. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta do you. Actually, one of the best desserts I ever had in my entire life was literally me just scrounging around in my kitchen for random stuff to put together. And like it all started with the idea of like, oh, I just want some cereal, and then it progressed from there. Maybe I'll tell the story at some point. Oh, I also had a joke that I was going to tell at the end of last night's stream, ran out of time for. Maybe we'll tell jokes too. We'll see. I feel no shame about putting this in my mouth. Hell, I'd do it in public. That's a quote of the year already. 2024. Quotes are closed. Okay, so right, so golden dome, golden half dome, bunch other domes. I guess it's a full dome, not a half dome, because domes are half spheres. Half dome is like it's like a quarter of a sphere. Okay, so a dome, and there's a whole bunch of mini domes all over the various islands of Riven, and then inside the big dome is a grid with a bunch of marbles that you can place down on the grid. So here's what I'm thinking. Grid of marbles is mini domes. And the mini domes you place on the grid inside the big dome as to where they live. And the dome mini grid is 25 by 25, which is crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. They're just giving the people what they want. Oh, yeah, 100%. So my thinking is, let's do... I think I have this set up for this. Paint. Will this pop up for me? Oh, I have to actually open up Paint, don't I? Can we get Paint going? Paint. Paint, 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 paint. Oh, that's not Paint. How do you... Oh, my bad. I forgot how to open paint for a hot second. Okay, so yeah, got paint going. So this is my old picture. We'll leave that there. So we need 25 by 25. So basically we got to do we can do this. We got to do shapes, right? We're going to do rectangle size. We'll do thin because it's going to be important. Outline is solid color. Fill is no fill. And we're going to do like, I got to do this right. A square like that. Did we do it? That's just select. Where's my shapes? I said, oh, there it goes. It went. Okay. And we have some shape math to do. Yeah, we do. So here, can we move the paint window just a skosh? Just up like that. So we can see the little grid below it. Because that grid's going to come into handy. So we need to divide by 5 and 5 first. Ugh, divide by 5? That doesn't sound very fun. Can we do a line? So this is not going to be completely accurate, but it's going to be something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As close as, we need it to be. And then do the same across here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a little bit bigger down there in the bottom. That's okay. Close that up. Oh my god, I can feel my arteries hardening, but this is so so fucking good. Good. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. Let's color code. Yeah. Let's color code the different islands. Oops, that is not how that works. There is an island. Should we just switch to pencil? Let's just switch to pencil. There's an island like that's red over here. So red island. Then there's one that is, this one's going to be blue. We'll do kind of a lighter blue. And this one goes like 4 square like that. And then it comes up and over to make that kind of shape. And then we got a green, and this one's just a square. This one's just a square over here. Oh yeah, drawing with the trackball into paint is so good when it's freehand. So good. That looks so good. And then we got an L-shaped Tetris piece over here, doing like one of these deals. And you know what? We don't even have to fill in the last space. The void, the part where we didn't color in, that's another island. So boom, bada bing, bada boom. So each one of these is going to be subdivided into 5s as well. I don't know. I guess we probably should figure out how to do that. Damn it. We probably should. Because I'm, yeah. Kale, hello. Are you winning, mortal? Thank you for calling me mortal. I appreciate you assuming that there is a... that I'm much younger than the actual years that I am. It sounds nice to be called mortal. Appreciate it. I think I'm winning. The question is, are you winning? Are you winning right now at life? Okay, we're going to zoom in a little bit. We're going to do like boop, 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 boop. Boop. We have to do this. Oh, you know what? We should have definitely done this all the way across, shouldn't we have? Because there's no point in drawing them just across one sub-quadrant. These are going to have to be our markers for 25 by 25 of these wretched things. That's fine. You know what? If I don't do this, then I'm going to have to come up with some sort of like system. I think visualizing it is the best system that we could possibly ask for. So it's, we just take a little bit of time, very little effort, really. It's more tedium than effort. And we'll have a 25 by 25 grid in no time. And then the placement of the clues that we will need to solve this puzzle are good. It's going to be so elegant is the thing. And I like elegant. What did I start to do down there? Why is there just a little bit of red down there in the corner? I must have had something highlighted and then switched colors and changed color of an existing line, but that's fine. We all know that that red line down there in the bottom doesn't need to exist, and it's just there because I snafu'd, and not because it's not gonna mess me up. It's just a snafu. How are you guys doing? How's your weekend? What up with the Ghostface? It's so good to see you. How's it going? I'm doing all right. It's been a really interesting 2024. This is a little far. A lot's changing. The big thing right now, like right this moment, right now, isn't about drawing this grid per se. It's that I'm triple streaming. I'm streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick every time I live stream, every time I go live. And it's been a really cool experience. I'm the only one in Network 07 who's doing this. I think we need to back up. And so I guess like I'm learning for all of us. So, you know, if this experiment works pretty well for me, I have a feeling like the other streamers may sort of jump in and maybe do it too. We'll see. I certainly will have notes to like pass to everybody else as to whether it's like fun and interesting to do. Let's do this because I can see every time I overlap a little bit, the tool turns into like a different tool. And I don't like that so much, but I could do it this way and still get it done. And this will be, you know, mostly readable. Ghostface, what's good in your world? Kel says, I'm watching you and Oz at the same time, so I'd say yes. Aw. Oh, that was like a veiled compliment. Aw. Well, maybe not so veiled. You're sweet. And I won 2 board games earlier. Well, yeah, screw your friends. What did you win? What were the games? I hope one of them was the sort of game where you start cooperative and then end up competitive. I really like games like that, especially when like a madness, what do you call it, mechanic is involved. There was a game we played that was kind of like, I don't think Oz played it, but I played it with some of my friends, where the game had some kind of, all right, we're going to close this and then focus on the actual game at hand. But I'll have this up on the side. I might pop it up just to show you what I've added later on, but for now, just focus on the game. It was like a Cthulhu sort of like madness kind of world, and you were exploring this mansion, and each person had their own like mission, and then you could go corrupt, and your mission might change, and sometimes it would only be temporary. So it was kind of weird. Like suddenly in order for you to get like more points toward your victory, sometimes it meant going against the other people around you in the house and attacking somebody else. Maybe it was kind of interesting. It felt sort of more dynamic and you didn't know what was going on than like games like Betrayal, where once the big event starts, everybody kind of knows sort of exactly who the enemy is and what's going on. Everybody's intentions are clear. This one was kind of more a distrust mechanic sort of game. I can't remember what it was called. White Castle? I don't know White Castle. Okay, so my theory is we are looking through this for domes. Right, for domes. So let's see if there be domes. I don't think this part has domes. We also need to be systematic. So let's do the 2s, and then we'll do the 3s, the 3s, the 3s farther and farther away from the 2s. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's a dome. That's a dome right there. So we need to orient this so it makes sense in my brain. This is how it is on the grid, on the big grid. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 up and 1, 2, 3, 4 over. So there is that's a dome for sure. It's just like a big phallic, well, it's kind of a stubby phallic thing sticking right up in the world. So it's 4 over and 4 up in the corner quadrant there. So I said, let's do just like what maybe I'll do is a shape of a circle and a fill with color as well. Can we choose a color fill? We can. Set 4 over, 4 up. Little blip. Okay. Do we check the rest of the island? Are there more than one dome per island? I feel like if I don't check, I might screw myself over. I don't remember there being more. There's nothing there. This is now officially super hard to see. Wait, is there another one there? There might be another dome at the top of this. What is... Did I see one? This kind of looked like a dome right there when I tilted it, but now that I'm looking at it again, it doesn't look like a dome. It was this piece right here, but I think it only looks like a dome from one angle, from here in the dark. It's super not. It's not. Now that I'm looking at it a third time, it's definitely not. Okay, there's that. Then this one. We're going dome hunting tonight. Super no dome. Weird flat thing down there, though. We'll do the middle, and then we'll do the one on the long side. Middle. Most F was nothing. Long side. Whoa, this is a very tall one. Looks like there could be something hiding in the middle, but I don't see it. It would be way more clear were it an actual dome. And then the last 3 will go short side to long side again. Definitely no dome. This one, kind of hard to see the backside. Can we peek over here? Tell me about how is White Castle? What is that? All I think of with White Castle is you just won at buying little mini burgers. Because White Castle. Okay, so I think we're done with the big island, which is good. That's probably like the hardest one to map out, or has the most things to look at. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just go from biggest to smallest. Whoops. We can skip these, dodge these cutscenes. I almost said dodge. I've been obviously playing fighting games too much recently. We use dodge mechanics. Okay. So this is the one that's up in the middle, and we'll hit the small sides first. Oh, this is the big island, or the main, not the big island, the main island. This one does have one though, doesn't it? It's right there. It's literally right there. Literally right there. So this is, what's the orientation of this one? Crap. I gotta do it this way, or I will botch the work I'm doing on the map. So on the big map, it looks like this, and it's way up there. It looks like in the 1-1 position if I were doing coordinates. Yeah. That's like the top and the top of like the second one. Top corner of quadrant number 2 of the short side. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's hard to describe. You do actions and sometimes chain them together to get points. Oh, I sometimes like that. For those folks who are unable to skip ads in Twitch, I will refrain from talking further about White Castle specifically, but we will keep doing this rather tedious puzzle solution because I want to make headway here. It's, you all know, I mean, you can see what I'm doing here. Let's do the L-shaped piece again. Not again. Do the L-shaped piece next. So we found one. Oh, you know what? Actually, I checked the whole big island. I do really feel like we need to check the whole every island. Just, I gotta because what if there are, honestly, what if there are more? I don't think this one has more tiny domes, but what if I'm wrong, you know? Okay, I don't see any other domes. I think we're fine. It could just be one dome per island, but I super don't want to get it wrong because I don't want to have to come all the way back here. This is kind of a remote place in the greater scheme of the world. I don't want to have to keep doing this. Okay. Oh, which one is this? Big explodey thing. This is this island. This one. This island has one. It's right here. It's right here. Yeah. So this is the bottom. This is the proper orientation for this island in the mini map. Then it is like over. It's on the first row, but then how far down is it? 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, maybe just 2. So first row, second column of the bottom of the L, the foot of the L. Right. Let me rotate this again. What I was going to say is the with White Castle, you have to let me know because then this will define whether I might be interested or not. Is it the sort of game where the chaining together is fun and like a crazy, just like what's the word I'm looking for? Like there's a hype to when you get combos or chains, but it's not like you're suddenly a sure winner because that has happened. I feel like certain games, and the two that I've played the most in my life that are like this are Monopoly and League of Legends. I know that's a really weird lumping of two games. One's not a board game, but the argumentation is still the same. What I dislike about games like those, Monopoly and League of Legends, is you can play for a very long time. You can get some really crazy momentum, some really big hype, like, and then this happens, and then this happens, and this happens, where one person or, you know, one team or whatever is like doing a big win, like winning all at once. And then like after those combos or after like big hype happens, there's always the chance of an upset. Monopoly can still be won late game. League of Legends can still be, you can still upset the enemy with, you know, a bad team fight versus team fight sort of thing. It can happen, but it's rare. And that's the problem. It's rare. So like 9 times out of 10, you get to late game in these, and if you see something cool happen to one side, the other players, the ones that are losing, have to sit and watch themselves lose over a long period of time. And that like slow watching yourself lose over a long period of time, to me, creates a sense of despair. I don't play games to feel a sense of despair. If I want despair, I'll watch a good horror movie. But I don't like having a sense of despair when I'm playing something competitive and cooperative. Or just competitive. That to me, that sense of like, oh, I think I've lost this game, but I have to stay in it for another 20 minutes and really let somebody trounce me, really make somebody else's day really good. I get mad. I've never been like a board flipper mad, but it's enough to make me not play those types of games. Oh, how are we supposed to orient this one? Okay, so it's up in this corner. Is that enough? That it's up in this corner, that as we rotate it, it'll make sense? God, I hope so. Otherwise, we might be like lost as to how to work this out. It's got to be, because there's going to be like 3 more. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this, the way it's oriented right now is the way that we would interact with this. How the hell do we find out where the... If this is the one with the lake in the middle, then we know the dome is underground for this one, isn't it? The White Castle is a Euro type game with mechanics of resource management. Oh, okay, cool. Worker placement, dice placement to carry out actions during the game over 3 rounds. Players will send members of their clan to tend the gardens, defend the castle, or progress up the social ladder of the nobility. Nice. Appreciate that. All of the games I played have been really close, and I never felt like anyone was locked out, but I haven't played it a lot yet. That sounds really cool. Yeah. I do appreciate when a game is designed to have relatively close matches. It's even better, and this is hard to do. It's even better if somebody who like owns the game or like has logged hours in it can sit down with some noobs, show them how to play it, and it can still be like an exciting game. I feel like there's some games where I've stepped in with like a veteran player, and they either have to play with kid gloves or we just watch them trounce us. And yeah, it's not the experience I'm really looking forward to in a game. Which one of these is it? Okay, got to remember, top left corner is the way it's oriented for success for this. But which one of these would have the actual dome? How would I know at all? Would it be inside of that dip? The dip is my only clue that there's anything. The dip would have to be maybe the shaft, because there's no buildings on this one, so I'm guessing that would be it. So it's like it's the second column and then the fourth row. If it's not that, then this one's gonna be like a huge guessing game or something, because I don't know. It's the only topographical feature. All the other ones are like just part of a ridge. There's no dome at all. And I do remember this one island had the dome underground. So if it's not down that shaft, then games are your guess is as good as mine. Okay, so oh crap. I keep thinking there's like 2 clicks to turn around in that space, and there is not. So that's the 4 big ones. Now we just need the little tiny guy. It's 1 5x5 grid over there in the corner, so this can't be hard. We just pull it up and it's gonna tell us where it is. There it is. There it is. It's right up there. So that's like second column, first row, right there. That's got to be a dome. I don't think we've been to this one. I don't think we've made it to this area yet, but that's our deedly-doo right there. And I know I just rotated it, so that was second column, first row. If we bring it back up to the place where it's supposed to be on the map, it's 1 more rotation. Yeah. So first row, second column, that is just where I drew it. Cool. So we have 4 placements. I don't think there's any other place for a dome. We checked all the other buttons on there as well. So I think that's got to be a big part of it. I don't know if there's anything else I'm missing from this area, but I don't want to walk back here. So just want to be like absolutely certain that what we've got is all there is. So there's also there are a few other things to keep in mind around here. Where's my button down? There's like this weird fish calling mini game as well, but I don't know. I'm not sure how to apply that to the game. It's here on this island too. We can take a look at it one more time. It's down in that area. But to get there, we have to go down here. And it's like, it's almost its own secret area. I can't believe. I feel like magical for having discovered this. You spin your ship. You spin your ship. Oh my gosh, it's taking forever. I don't want to skip this cutscene because I want to show you what I mean. And then instead of going out the tram, you just you exit now that the tram's oriented in the leaving the island way, and you're in the same cave that you were in, but you're on a different side with a little door over here. Pretty neat, right? And now we're underneath that island that we were just in. So you go down here, you gotta pull this. And we'll just skip some cutscenes here. Boom! There's an elevator. And we'll skip the elevator cutscene. Boom, we're down the elevator, and way down here, a little path to the left, but we're gonna go straight for a hot second. This is a dead end, so it's good to know. We come all the way up here, and there's this special throne. I forget how to turn it. Oh, the button, the red button. Skipping cutscenes, blasphemy. Listen, they're not story. It's just animations. The game has a lot of slow atmospheric animations with slow atmospheric sound effects associated. It's wonderful. It's great. It's also kind of annoying. First time through is great. Okay. So here there are 6. This is one of the only places where there are 6 things to interact with. And if we do these, we should see a different color associated with each. And I don't have this down anywhere. So we're going to have to do this in some sort of methodology so that I remember. We have a... where's my... Oh. Totally in the wrong space. We have a... Oh, yeah, we already wrote down the names of these things. Oh, first of all, just real quick so everybody knows and it is on page with me. Here's what we did. We marked the dots. So we now know dots. Let's bring this down more. Dots are there. Those are all the placements for the domes. So maybe placements for marbles. Not sure. We'll see. And then we also have a notepad where we've been writing notes, and that's there. So we have these eyes. This one that's marked right now is the half-closed slit. This is also the one that seems to like call the fish. But I'm going to be adding colors to these eyes because I think there are colors associated with each eye. I don't remember if this one has a color though. Does it? So it does. There's one right above our head. It's kind of an orange color, right? So I'm going to do orange. Type that next to half-closed slit. This one does pull up a fish. What's up, buddy? At least I think he's a fish. So something. He looks fishy. And there's an orange light right above our heads. So that's a thing. And then he's gone. But there are more. There are more. So we maybe click on this one. Yeah. This one is closed vertical is what I call this one. This one's got a light. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe this one's just black. Maybe we'll put black because it didn't light up. And then this one, that's blue. That's blue for sure. And that is our open quarter closed dot vertical. Yeah, we'll call it that. It's blue. Da-ba-dee-da-ba-die. Next one. Hi. That's green. That is green. And this is the full open. We have all these in order. This is pretty good. We were really thinking ahead. And then the quarter closed dot. That's this one. That's yellow. They called it mellow yellow. I don't know. Do I have a song for every color of the rainbow? Maybe. And then this one. Uh-oh. Is that kind of yellow, orange, too? Kind of looks like the other colors, to be honest. Is this one? This one's definitely more orangey. Yeah, I might even be willing to call this one red. We'll say maybe orange-red. The fish is super disinterested with me, too. Okay. So then, let's just be absolutely sure. What was the one that I said was yellow? Quarter closed dot, this one? Click on it. It'll rotate for us, whatever you click on, which I super appreciate. That's yellow. That is 100% like yellow. A true yellow. So then what's closed supposed to be? Orange. I think that one's orange. I'm just going to call this one orange. And I will call the other one that summons the fish. I will call that one red for sure. It's the colors, you know, palettes from different era. It's like might not be true to the whole story. Anyway, let's go up. Let's press the button. Oh, do we have to dismiss this? All right, we'll dismiss it. Press the button. We'll do the rotate. Boom. Okay, that's pretty much all there is in this room. As far as I know, there's nothing like to the sides. There are some rooms in which you get somewhere and you do a rotate and you're like, oh, there's an extra thing there that I couldn't see before and now I can see it. But I don't, there's nothing involving this ring, is there? It's not part of the puzzle. I don't think so. You start to question everything in games like this. Okay. I think we can just pop out. What is this? What is this? It's like a little ball right there. What is this? I can see it in every angle. These guys are like pipes or something, but what is this little guy right here? Why is there like a dark ball I want to pick up? And because I know there's like wooden balls in the story that are important. Well, whatever. There's another one right there. I guess they're not interactive. Damn it. It's fine. Okay, so there's another tram here. It's a different tram. We're going to go ahead and call it. We cannot skip this cutscene. Are you happy, Kale? Are you happy now? What are we doing? There we go. Okay. Is this going to come? Where is this tram? Maybe you're happy. Listen, I don't know how to appease all immortals. In fact, I feel like I rarely know what to say. Usually I'm left on red when it comes to immortals. All right, we'll pop in. We will flip. We will skip the cutscene of the flip. We'll move forward. We'll skip this cutscene. We're somewhere new. This is the only... That last tram is the only tram that has a flip secret to it, which is fine. Okay, we're going to the main... We're going to the first island. The first island is via another tram. Get that door open. Another tram this way. This way. This way. Yes. Oh, wait. We need to make sure the tram is called, and there's a button right here. Because if you go down there and there's no tram, you have to walk all the way back up to get the tram. There's the tram. We're going to rotate. We're going to drive. We're at the first island. And there's a little side passage here. And where we're going is the big dome with the information in mind of I just want to look at the puzzle that we've been working on. I kind of forget how to get there. There's a way that we've... No, I don't want to rotate the spinning room. I know. Not that way. Below it. There's a way that the spinning room is already oriented that does exactly what we want it to do, so we don't have to keep spinning the room. But it does involve a little bit more of a trek. And then... Oh, maybe we do need to spin the room to get up there. I did kind of forget how to navigate this particular place. I think we could get to most places just by spinning this room though. And from here, this is the only time you can spin the room and skip the cutscene. Every other button that spins the room does not let you skip cutscenes. Okay, so here's the crazy puzzle. So there are colors involved. Turns out their colors do seem to line up with the eyes. And it turns out that there are... okay, so there's six marbles and there are 6 eyes. That's not bad. That is not bad, to be honest. So we do know that the grid also shows the islands because we could see the lines here. that block off. There's a little island at the top. There's the Tetris L. So all that stuff is there, just like on the paint right there. This is all there. These colors that I added on the paint are not the colors to solve the puzzle. I just added some random colors so I could make the thing a little bit more visible to mine own eyes. But so what that means is we need paint to show us the way. Now I'm going to move some random marbles to the places they need to be, but I won't know the colors they need to be. So we know it was first quadrant. It was like the second column and the second or the fourth row. So there's one there for sure. And we found 5, but there's 6. Does that mean the big island has 2? Is that right? One lives there. That's the second button in the second of these 2 squares, top left of that square. Then there's another one that is yellow. I don't know why I'm grabbing these this way. So here you can kind of see, yeah, red, orange, yellow, and they've got the same like bad color scheme because this yellow doesn't look very yellow. Underwater it looked more yellow, and the red didn't look red. Here the red looks more red. I don't know. I'm just complaining. I'd presume maybe you would do like a ring of colors. So you do red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, right? Something like that. Which means green might be living over there somewhere. Who knows where? Can we just return green back for now and just set it there for the time being? And oh, maybe there is just like a one that doesn't track. Can you imagine? Maybe you just put 5 marbles down instead of all 6, and the last one just stays over here on the side in the holster. So one definitely lives there, and then the last one lives in the L, right down there. If I got this right, it would probably have done a thing already. So it didn't do the thing. It's still stuck, presumably because you use all 6 marbles. To use all 6 marbles, you would need to know where there's another dome. And it feels like, I'm just talking out of my ass because it's just like maybe a programmer bias. But if I were a coder, I would look at this space here and I would put one of the clues in this region, right? It would be really funny or interesting if it was kind of like grouped or clumped in a different area. Humans, when you say put them randomly, this is like random to a lot of people's eyes, even though it's super not random, is to put something around here. So I kind of want to look at the big island again and see. No, I'm pretty sure I saw everything I needed to see though. Big island. This is definitely where the one is that we've seen. Almost certainly know where this is. This is the waterfront. This is the forest. And this is inside the forest. This is the tram area. It's where the plesiosaurs and the cove is right here. It's gotta be. But then, is there a dome in this area at all? That seems weird. These are all in the right place. They're definitely not the right colors, because I wouldn't know how to get. So it's definitely oriented in my notes in order: orange, yellow, green, blue. I don't think that's black. I think we'll rewrite that as purple because of these marbles. Orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, red. That's, it's just rainbow. They're all rainbow. They're all in the right order for the rainbow. But then, where does red start? Where does purple end? Don't know. And where's the 6th of these living? Also don't know. We cannot go past this. I just want to see what's at the end of I just want to look, see the view. You don't have to give me anything to access. Wait, there's a thing here. Is this? Oh, right. What did this do? What is this doing? What are we? What is this doing? Anything? This? I assume if we did the puzzle right, the white button would be like boom, and then like this big. Maybe the whole dome opens up and you're able to see. I don't know. It gives you access to a new age or something really, really big and important. I bet. Did we crush all of our marbles? Did you crush and destroy the marbles? No, the marbles are all still there, just fine. So what is it? What does this do? All right, but so here on the main island, there is maybe another dome. Is this considered a dome? There's no way that's considered a dome. The domes are baby big spinny dome guy. And we haven't found another baby big spinny dome guy at all. We did find this other puzzle. But we don't have any clues for how to go about that one just yet. So I got a feeling like we're not ready for that. So yeah, it would be probably in this area here. There's like there's a backdoor way to I think we have to spin this. I'm trying to kind of remember where the back door to this island goes. There's the dome for this island. And then there's a tiny island, which I think is that one. And we don't know anything about that tiny island yet, except the dome is like on probably the backside where we can't see it. We haven't had a way to get there. I don't see any travel. There's no trams to it or anything. So why did they even build a dome there in the first place? I don't even know. Don't even know. But we're going to go around and down. And then out. What was that? See something weird from the angle I was looking a second ago. Maybe it was back one square. It was just this little jet of rock looked like it was something important because it was lighter. There's a way there, but I don't remember. Do you have to be up? Do you have to be up on the upper area, not the lower area? Oh yeah, I think this is it. Okay, yeah. Then we can kind of see around us a little bit more. There's the foresty island. Foresty island might be the one with the other dome. But we've looked all over that island. We really have. We can look again. This guy's secret lab does not have anything new for us that we haven't already poked around at a lot. We don't want to go this way. That leads back to the map, or maybe we do. Maybe we do want the map again and look at the big island one more time in earnest, but we have to call the tram, and the tram call is inside of his secret lab. Love it. So we go down here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Go to the tram. Let's spin this tram, yo. Whoops. Nico! Well, hello. Everybody, Nico crushing. If you don't know this guy by now, how dare you? Been lurking for the last 45 minutes. How Southern Californian of you. We were just talking about that last night. Ben, how you been? I've been good. How do we check this one here? Yeah, and then just double check it one more time. So we already know of the one here. That one's been marked. We know it. We see it. It's beautiful. It's lovely. Good job. Let's start from the far end of this island. I just sort of like work our way around to see if we super covered everything we're supposed to cover. This is I think where the plesiosaurs are. This one is, I don't know that this is terrain you can walk through, but imagine if it's here. Look really carefully. I don't see anything that looks like a dome here at all. So then, and then the last one here, most depots no dome, unless it's under for some reason. So go one more in. No dome-like structures here. There is this. Oh, this is a platform you come out to use the submersible vehicle. And this is like where the village starts, is in this region. Here is a big flat platform. This is also part of the village. This is where you get the submersible, is on that flat platform. Yeah. There's this. There's also the lower platform with a little water basin. We don't know anything about why that's there. We didn't see a dome here. There's the secret animal puzzle here. There is that animal puzzle. This goes toward the forest, I think. Is that thing a dome? There's something there. Could it be a dome? I don't think it's domey enough. The domes have to stick up a bit to really be clocked as like what that thing is. And I don't think that thing there in the middle happens to be. So go one layer over again. This is part of the cove again. This is where like the secret puzzle tunnels are. Is somewhere in here. I don't think it's there. So wild, we're playing in 3D. In a game of this age is, you know, 3D was kind of a novelty, I presume. And last of this layer is here. This one's very tall. Hard to see anything up there. It's all bathed in darkness and pushed off to the edge. Am I supposed to tell whether or not there's a dome in here? I don't think there is. I don't see anything dome-like. And this would be the only other... Whoops. Oh, crap. Come back. This would be the only other quadrant we haven't checked. Or we checked before, but we haven't checked this time around. I don't see anything dome-like here. Not in the slightest. So there's another hidden dome somewhere. Gotta be. Gotta be. Or it's 5 domes and a fish, maybe? Because we do... The 6th button doesn't light a light. Or it does light a light. Lights the orange light. And it calls the fish. So there's a fish calling button. But the other ones just light a light. They all light lights. I'm not sure. Are we already going to have to phone Oz for help? I really don't want to. Not yet. There's also the animal puzzle that we can take a look at. We haven't really cataloged what animals are in the animal puzzle. So that might be a thing to do. Let's go out. Back to this island. Maybe we didn't want to go back to this island. This is a slog, and this island doesn't have almost anything that we want or need. I forget what this leads to. Oh, back to the dome. Do we want it that way? No. What do we want? The animal puzzle. How do we get there fastest? Probably the mines. Probably the mines. So the mines are over this way. Whoops. Right over. There's so many garbage screens in this game. That part is super frustrating too. There's like a lot of... What's the word I'm looking for? Red herrings. Stuff that looks really like captivating to look at, but then you get involved and you're like, oh, there really isn't anything here for me, is there? I want to go up. Is this like a sword? Or an axe? Why are there all these axes and swords hanging out? Just... Why can't we pick one up? I mean, we're going to face some guy who's supposed to be a real bad baddie. Couldn't we ask him a few questions? Does this way lead to a place where we can go to the puzzle? Oh, I think it's up this way. The animal puzzle. It's another part of the storyline I wanted to... I didn't document this in my notes, and I feel like we have to. Because this is a cool place. Whatever is going on here, there's something going on. All right, so okay, let's get this all down, shall we? Animal puzzle. There's a beetle. This is a beetle, right? For sure. If I say something and you're like, that is definitely not what it is, go ahead and shout out. I don't think that's a spoiler thing. This, I'm going to say, I first thought moose, but then look at how long this nose is. This has to be an anteater, which is weird. Why is there an anteater in my... It couldn't be anything else. This couldn't be an elephant. Those ears are too funny. We'll say anteater for now. If that's an elephant, that's a really messed up elephant. This is a gator for sure. Or a croc, but just gonna put gator. Mouth looks gatory to me. That is a toucan. This is a... What is this? What even is this? He's round. He's like a quarter of a circle here. And he's got stubbies. So I'm gonna call him a round boy. He's a round boy. I haven't seen a round boy before. That's a round boy if I ever saw one. That is a fish. That is like oh, it almost looks like a flying fish. So I'll put flying as a question mark. So I don't really know. It's flying fish of some sort. Fish. It is a fish. This is a weevil. I'm gonna say weevil. Look at that nose on this thing. It's got a proboscis. It is some sort of sucker. I'm gonna say it's a weevil. That is a frog. That's a really weird eye. Almost look like a snail-eyed frog to me. But the legs scream frog. I'm gonna say this is a seal. It kind of looks dolphin-y, but it's not. It's too... Well, maybe it's... I'm gonna say seal. There's something kind of seal-ish about it. It could be the plesiosaur, actually. Maybe I'll put that on the side. Plesiosaur. Am I calling it right? When I say plesiosaur? I don't think that this is actually... I think I did look this up the other day. Yeah. Now, the animals in this game, they are not plesiosaurs. They are some, like, magical, mystical, dinosaur-looking thing. But just calling it the closest thing I can think of. That looks like... maybe like a boar. I'll put boar there. Super, definitely a crab. Without question. This is weird. It could be like a bird, because this kind of looks beak-like, or like a mouse. But then why the weird legs? I would say weird legs because bird, because little like fork foot here makes me think it's some sort of bird, and super not a mouse with like long pointy legs. I'll put bird with question mark because it's really pretty big question. It does look like a flea too. We haven't seen anything flea related on the island though, so I'm skeptical. And then this one, that's a bat. I know bats. We have bats. We have a bat house that we need to install that I'm hoping in the next few years that we live here will instigate a colony of bats living at our house, because I would love that. Not just because they're a species that's, especially in our area, losing its natural environment. There's a lot of expansion and new places being built here, which reduces where bats can go and how many bugs they're able to get. But they also get bugs. So if you don't like bugs in your backyard and you're okay with bats, which we super are, this is a good idea, perhaps. Getting bats to live in a bat house is not a guarantee, though. So, you know, they'll just go wasting money on what you might. This is also fish-like, though, too. It's not as fishy as the other fish, though. It's more questionable because it also looks like a helicopter, kind of, minus the rotors. The way the front looks like more like a cockpit than anything else, and the tail is like super high up. It's fish-esque, but I'm gonna call this one the fish copter because it's not quite there. Where was that? This one? Yeah, okay. So then this is what? So the other thing looked kind of like an anteater. This one looks even more like an anteater because it doesn't have the high ears. Maybe the other thing is an elephant. Then what is this? Maybe I'll call this one anteater, and I'll change the other one to elephant. They both have long noses, but this one has no like big ears. The other one's ears were not elephant ears, but this could also be a kangaroo. But then why the long snout? Why the snout all the way down here? It should be like clipped up here. It's an anteateroo, perhaps. So here's another. I'm gonna say not fish. Actually, this kind of looks lizard-like. I want to say like an iguana. So let's put iguana. And then that's a bunny. Some of these are not so nebulous as others. That is it's not a round boy, but it is sure questionable what kind of animal, just what the hell that thing is. Doesn't have a tail, walks on all fours, has a mouth. Like, I want to say something like a chimp. It can't be a monkey because it's got no tail, so maybe a chimp, you know, tiny ape of some sort. Doesn't look particularly gorilla-like. But then why is its mouth like way the hell out here? It's super weird. We'll call it a chimp. That was this one. So then this is a seagull, perhaps. Why are its wings down here? Or are these legs? Beak looks seagull beak-like. Why can't the other things have normal mouths? That last one's mouth was all up front in a weird sort of way. God, how many of these are there? That's a beetle. Nondescript, some kind of beetle. This one is another fish. Like, holy crap. This one almost looks like a totem pole that fell down on its side. A chopped bit of rose bush, because it has like what looks like thorns here. But it has an eyeball. So big mouth, weird sort of, or it could be an axe, because this looks like an axe blade. Anthropomorphic axe. No, I'm gonna call it a fish, but that's a wide mouth fish. Let's call it a bass, because that'll get the point across in my head if I look at this again. Looks kind of like a bass to me. This, jeez, there's so many of these. What the heck? It looks mouse-like. It looks, you know, like kind of tiny and cute because the front paws kind of doing a thing. But it's got no ears to speak of. So maybe closer to like ferret or mole or it's like something in that family. Let's just say ferret for shiggles. It's some sort of rodentia. larger thing with no ears or small ears or whatever. That's like an ostrich or an emu or whatever. I'll probably just put ostrich. It gets the point across. I kind of thought flamingo at first, but the flamingo's beak curls down so that they can catch all those brine shrimp by inverting their head and scooping up the water. This has no scoopy beak. So I think more like ostrich, which has a shorter beak. This is weird. So the head looks like a hammerhead shark or a stingray or manta ray or something, but then it has legs and a little bump of a tail. It's got only the back legs showing, so if it has front legs, or it's is it a lizard? Is it a frog? Because these legs bend kind of like maybe it's a hopper too, but the head is maybe it's a toad. Maybe this one's a toad and the other one's a frog. I'll put a question mark on that one too. Now I'll have to look back at frog again and decide if that looked more frog-like or if this looks more frog-like. Because this kind of looks froggy too. Jeez. This is a stork or something for sure. I can almost see the baby hanging off of the beak on this one. You know, carrying little baby Dumbo to its mom. Something like that. By the way, fun stuff. We watched Dumbo for the first time. I was a little hesitant because I didn't remember the story well enough, and I didn't have time to like wiki the whole plot before my kids wanted to, you know, sit and watch a movie one morning. So I put on Dumbo because I thought I remembered it being okay, except for the weird like pink elephant scene. But you know, when you're little, maybe it doesn't give you trauma. So we turned it on, and I'm listening to out of like the one ear at the Mandarin version of Dumbo. And there's this part where all of so for you who don't remember how the story goes, the stork finally brings this wanting elephant mother her baby after like everybody else has had their babies delivered and has had the baby for a while. She finally gets hers like late, and it's got big ears, and all the other elephant ladies who are super rude make fun of it as like, oh no, that's like a birth defect or something. But they don't say that because it's a Disney movie, right? But they're like, definitely it's drawing mad shade for those ears. And the mom's name is Jumbo because she's an elephant. I don't know why you would name one of like 6 to 8 different elephants Jumbo. That definitely makes the other ones sound like they're not big. But she's the one named Jumbo. And so the stork asks her, what do you want to name your kid? And she says Jumbo Jr., which first of all, fine. That's fine. If you really can't think of a better name. I know juniors aren't typically, you know, handed down names from the moms, but this is, you know, that's not a big deal to me. Break tradition, do whatever you want, but maybe name your kid something other than your own name, in my opinion. But it's called Jumbo Jr. And so the other elephant ladies are like, you know, gossiping about this elephant with the big ears. And they're like, Jumbo? Ha! More like Dumbo, which, you know, is how it gets the name because they're being cruel about the baby elephant being different. That's all. That's how the name comes up. And so I was like, oh, how are they going to play this out with Mandarin? Because the word dumb doesn't exist in that sense. And so when they come to the mom's name in Mandarin, they call her Jumbo, which kind of sounds like jumbo, but it's an N sound instead of an M. So Jumbo. And then they named the baby Bunbo, and button means dumb. And I was like, they did it. And it almost sounds like the same name. There are a few characters in the Chinese translations of Disney movies and other shows where the name is pretty radically different. Some of them are just like a direct translation if something has like a name that means something. We watch this kid show called Trash Truck. We don't watch it as much anymore because I think they're outgrowing it. But in the show Trash Truck, you have a kid named Hank, who I think they call Hank, which is pretty crazy because it's harder to say in Mandarin than it is in English. And his best friend is named Trash Truck. In the Mandarin version, he's not called Trash Truck. He's called Laji Che, which means trash truck. So they actually just translated his name straight over. But we're watching Frozen, and Frozen, they try to give everybody the names as close to pronunciation as they can. So Elsa is named Elsha, and Anna is named Anna. So it's pretty close, right? But when it comes to Olaf, that's a fucking hard name to say in Mandarin. Just, or you could do it, but it would sound really like ugly and weird. They named him Shui Bao, which means snow baby, and I actually like it. It's so dumb, but it's so good at the same time. So, and that's what everybody calls him, just like unironically, just like, oh yeah, that his name is Snow Baby. What's up, Snow Baby? Come with us on an adventure, Snow Baby. And the girls are there for it. They have Chinese names, so you know they just assume other people, like in this movie, when people speak in English to them about the movie. Oh yeah, you like Frozen? Do you like Olaf? He's so funny, right? They know who they're talking about. Oh yeah, Olaf. That's Shui Bao. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I like that character. Okay, where were we? We were at Stork last, so that's Stork, and then God, there's still more, right? We didn't start with this, did we? We started with Beetle. Oh, maybe we did. Yeah, that Beetle. Yeah. Wait. So wait, there's already another Beetle. What is this one? This one's not a beetle then. If the other one's a beetle, is this like a ladybug? I totally forgot when I marked the other one as beetle that there was already this one. So I'm gonna call this one ladybug because it's a little bit different. The legs are kind of long for ladybug though. We were calling this one elephant now. I swear the top makes it look kind of moosey, but the nose is definitely not a moose. So we're just gonna say that's an elephant. That one's fine. That one's still whatever the fuck. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. That's definitely a fish. This one. Oh, I marked this one as Weevil. It was the one right after Weevil. You. Okay, so I marked this as frog. I still think this is a frog. The other one maybe looks more like a toad because it's like got a fatter head. I want to call this one a frog. And then, yeah, I don't know about the other ones. Some of these are just really weird. Okay, so we do have like a pretty sizable list now here. Let's bring this in. If we do notepad. So animal puzzle: ladybug, elephant, alligator, toucan, whatever the round boy is. One type of fish: a weevil, a frog, a seal, or the plesiosaur, perhaps. Boar, crab, a bird, perhaps of some sort. A bat, a fish copter, an anteater, maybe, an iguana, a rabbit, a chimp, a seagull, beetle, bass, or some sort of fish with a big mouth, ferret, ostrich, toad, stork. So I feel like I don't know that I've seen iconography for any of these per se. We've seen a big funny fish. Let's look at the fish again, because the fish that we saw has like tusks on it. Akumu, hello. Have you gotten sleep? How is everything? How is your day today? Tell me the little is feeling better and it was just like a 24-hour thing. Okay, so let's see. We're at frog. There is a fish copter. Which one of these was the fish copter? It was after bat. So you have to look at bat and then that spins us around. This thing. This actually kind of looks like the fish god thing that we've seen. Maybe. Because that fish has kind of like this sort of face. Then the other fish was the big mouth bass looking thing. We haven't seen anything that looks anything like that for sure. And the other one was here. We haven't seen anything like that either. I kind of want to hit the fish god looking fish. Whoa, what is that? What did I put that as? Oh, like an iguana or something, I think. She waited till morning to throw up again. Oh, good. I mean, bad that she had to throw up again, but still. Oof. Fiance took her to the doctor and she's got COVID. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't know COVID ever made anybody throw up. That's interesting. We all got the Omicron, the like light version of COVID in our household. Just once so far. I don't want it again. It's an awful fate. Okay, let's hit the fish. That didn't do anything on its own. So I know we've seen plesiosaur, and there is an animal on this list that kind of looks like it's that. That was next to the boar thing. I think it was this thing. Kind of looks like a plesiosaur. And then we also saw... So we did part of a puzzle and saw a frog. And it definitely looked like this kind of frog. Let's hit that one. Were there any other animals we saw? Wait, did I hear a sound? Oh, okay, I didn't hear a sound. Ladybug, elephant, alligator, toucan. Did we see a toucan? I don't think we've seen a toucan before. A boar, a crab. Haven't seen those. Haven't seen any birds or bats. Anteater, rabbit, chimp, seagull. Definitely not. A beetle. No. Ostrich. No. A toad or a stork. No. These are like the only things I think I've seen. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to come back to this one. At least we got all the info there, though, so we kind of know what we're dealing with. But I don't know from there. So, no school all week. Don't think COVID is what made her throw up. Oh, yeah, maybe not. But we did get some meds for her to prevent it. Good. You know, sometimes some people do just get funny stomach issues from having, you know, getting sick or having something weird happening to your body. It could just make you anxious or something wiggy and buggy inside of you, no matter what. Man. What could we possibly be missing? There's so many things. I'm like looking at all these other like sub screens and stuff now too. Like, what else? What else could we be? Why can I look up at you? Makes you question everything. When you get to this point in these games, I think we may have to... Oh, there's some bugs here. But I don't know what they are. I think they're just flies. There's no telling what these things actually are. They're too tiny. There's a bird flying over up there. What is that? Oh, it's a hawk. It made a hawk sound. Okay. So there are a lot of bugs here, actually. I didn't even know you can also see some of these screens sideways here too. Like, why? What are we looking at? Is this just ambiance? Or is there something to click on all these like why put side views? There's a lot of side views. There aren't side views in every screen. A lot of screens you turn and you just turn a full 180 to look behind you. Why is this screen here? I hear a cricket. Did we see a cricket? I don't think we saw a cricket. There's the big dome. I have a feeling like we're gonna already have to call Oz for something. What is that? Too. This. I want the sword, yo. Give me, yeah, this. Or maybe it's not a sword. Can we move it? It's like stuck in an orb of some sort. Yeah, what's going on here? Oh, it's orb. It's circular. It's like a axe, but it's all roundy. Why would you make it fully round? Maybe it's easier to make a round axe. And then you can spin it off of the dull part into a sharp part later on. But it's totally not interactive. I feel like, honestly, like more areas at the beginning of the game had 4 angles. And then later on, they got tired and didn't do that as much. There's our plesiosaur buddies. Bye. You have weird mouths. Yeah. Yeah. Hi. Goodbye. I wonder if there's any way down there at all. Oh, that's weird. I feel like we moved one space forward even though we weren't trying. Yeah, like can we go down like through here to the beach? It looks so inviting. It looks like you should go down there, like you'd want to go down there. But I also don't see the thing to click that would get you. Oh! What? We've literally never been in this area. We're literally in a brand new area of the game. But this was like near the very beginning. And this was actually what the area of the game, these trees, where they not spoiled it, but gave a clue in Myst, in the real Myst remastery version. But like why we're here, I have no idea. So we found all of these extra screens, and yet, like, what the heck? Why would we even be out here? Can we go up here? There's gotta be good stuff here that I just didn't find. Whoa, 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 whoa! We're clicking kind of fast. Whoa, 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 whoa! It's another one of these. It's another one of these eyes. It turns out I had notes that told me the orientation and openness of each of these eyes for the longest time, because I totally thought that there was like maybe, well, if you guys were watching earlier, we went to the control room where you can summon the fish, and there the eyes have like different open and closednesses to them. And so I started writing them down for all of these balls that I found. They're all the same. They're all just the quarter closed or half closed or whatever, with the like kind of not slit, but like narrowed pupil somehow. Iris part. So what is this number? That's a number 1. That is a number 1. So that's kind of weird, because we already found a number 1, and that was in the secret lab. This also makes a Wookiee sound. So can we also write down the sounds? Wookiee. Okay, so cool. Was that it? Is that the only thing this whole space is here for? There's no other secrets. I totally feel like we just found like a whole super cool secret area, and yet there's nothing to do here except that one thing. Okay, so we touched it. We heard a Wookiee. We go back on the platform, the walking platform here. Now I need to test like every other angle. I think this way leads to the second one. Yeah, it's right down there. It's this one. What sound do you make? That sounds like a dragonfly? I'm gonna put like dragonfly. It made a sound. It did. There's also water here. I don't know why. You can fill this basin. Let's skip the cutscene. Fill this basin with water. Oh, it's a bug! It's a bug! We've seen this! Wait a second. We've seen this. Wait a second. This is one of the animals. This is one of the animals. These are part of the animal puzzle. These are not part of the summon the fish puzzle. This is the... What was this that we saw? Beetle? Did we call this one a beetle? We called two of them a beetle, and then we renamed one of them. This one we called the ladybug. Ladybug equals I number 2. Right, Sierra? Oh my god. I feel like I need one of those like boards where you have like the red yarn with lines connecting everything together. Oh my god. Okay, let's go back to Plesiosaur Beach. Then oh crap, how do we get down there? Oh, there. And then is this thing an eye for something too? Is this thing an eye? It is, right? How do we back? Look. It's like a hump and then like a big arch and then a tail. Was this the iguana? Do you think? I think this one was the iguana. Equals I number 1. This one was a 1 and Ladybug was number 2. I'm pretty sure this thing was like the iguana. Okay, and we already know there's an I3 somewhere. Where the hell is I3? Tram. The tram is back this way. This way. We don't need to press the button. Maybe the dolphin one? Oh, maybe. I feel like the dolphin one didn't have a big back. Okay, this is the third one. This one's number 3. Let's hear the sound. That's a bird. I just realized that is a bird sound of some sort. I number 3 bird, and then let's back up. So I didn't see a bird shape here. Is there a bird to be seen in this? This just looks like rock. Maybe there's like a beak here, and then is this a... I don't remember a bird having a beak going this way. Maybe this was the toucan. This kind of looks like a beak. Is there another screen where we can see this or nah? That's obscured. And there's no animal that looks like this big old thing. It's got to be this angle here. Unless you see it from here. Nope. It's this or nothing. I think maybe the toucan. I see a darkness here that resembles a beak. We'll put... Where was the toucan? I3. But now, like, were there more than 3? I don't know. I haven't found more. But now I'm like, well, how many more screens might there be that we haven't found yet? Okay, how do we get back to that puzzle? It's on this island, but at the same time, I don't remember too easily. Is it this way? Yeah. And do we have to do them in an order, perhaps? If it's just 3, then maybe we've got the puzzle. If it's more than 3... Oh no, we didn't want that. We want this way. Okay, did these all reset? Thanks! The puzzle reset for me. Alright, we said I-1 was the iguana? Is this the iguana? It's by the rabbit. Okay. Yeah, this for sure. Right? This big old thing there and then little bump there. It's this thing. What was the dolphin just for shiggles though? Which one did we call a dolphin? Oh, we didn't go with dolphin. Oh, I think it was the plesiosaur or seal that we saw. Let's just double check that one. That one was over here by the frog. It was this one. Nah, it doesn't have the big hump. The big hump thing is this one here. So let's hit that first. Boom. Damn. I was hoping for like a click or a ding or something like, you got I-1 correct. But of course, this game's not going to give you any sort of clues like that. Ladybug was next. That was this one. That's it for sure. This is the basin. 1000%. That's I-2. And then toucan's I-3. This is the toucan, right? Do you think this was the beak? I don't know. That's a little hard to say. Let's look at the other birds real quick. There's a question mark bird around past the crab. Okay, it wasn't this. I don't think it was this one at all. And then there was a seagull and a stork. So, whoops. Not where I want to go. Oh yeah. Seagull. No, wasn't this one. I don't think. And the stork. All these have the beaks facing the wrong way. For what I'm going for. This was the only one with the beak facing in this direction. I'm gonna hit it. That do it? No. Didn't do it. Alright. I feel like we are quickly approaching the Call Oz section of the night. Damn. We got, how far did we get? Hour and 45 minutes? It's not too bad. I mean, I wasn't playing the whole time, but something. Happen to be any other eyes around here? Or in the village? Now I'm like on the lookout for these wooden eyes everywhere. Wood eyes, motherfucker. Or for like different vantage points that I hadn't looked at yet. What is that thing? What can we click on and what can we not? There's a submersible again. I wish more of these people in this village would come and talk to us and give us clues. Imagine you could come back here and be like, hey, villager in this door specifically, give me a clue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Answer the door. I used my secret knock. Just kidding. I don't think this guy has a secret knock. And a 5. 5 feels like a good number of knocks when somebody's not answering the door. This guy did open up this area right here and he peeked at us. And then he closed the door again. So I know somebody lives there. Maybe it's 6 knocks to summon him. Does that summon you? Does not. Alright. Maybe I click too fast through these transitory spaces. Like, do you think there's other things I've missed? Missed. I said the word. In the game because I moved too fast. Why? Why can we see this angle? What is this angle used for? Why am I able to look down this way? There's nothing I can click on here. Why give me new angles? It just makes me skeptical that I did something wrong or missed something. Missed. I said it again. We still never found out anything about this. Like, why is this here? Why can you approach these? You can't hold an inventory in this game. So why are these even... just so you can see them closer? Admire the artwork that was done here? I have a feeling we're going to call Oz here in a second, because I'm going to start looping if we don't figure out kind of exactly what we're doing here. Yeah, let's phone a friend. I'm going to open up Oz's stream, and we're going to see if we get ads. We get ads. Also, there's a person over in Oz's stream that I think I may have offended in our last conversation. I'm not particularly sorry. I'm definitely sorry when I step incorrectly and I hurt somebody's feelings or I cause some sort of awkwardness. But not when it's not my fault. They brought up something about all cinema being having been created that if there's a woman in cinematic space, period, that woman is there for the male gaze. That's a very sweeping accusation. I think there's a lot of filmmakers that probably would go against that theory, but I'm willing to entertain the idea. You know, let's talk about it further. And they're like, oh, if you haven't read this 1970 research paper on the matter, then, you know, you're ill-equipped to have this conversation. I was like, oh, can you talk to me about the paper? You know, let's go into detail about, let's argue the paper and see if the merits of what they've talked about is correct. You know, let's dissect this and discuss, you know, and let's dissect the term male gaze too while we're at it. If you're going to bring up all art or all movies were made with a female character in them for the male gaze, what is the male gaze? Can you limit male to one stereotype? You know, does male mean one thing? And would movie makers feel that way, that they're a monolith, that you can make movies a certain way and it'll appeal to, you know, like the vast majority of men? Because I don't think there's a vast majority of men's tastes. I just don't. I think there might have been an era where supermodels were famous, but that still didn't equate to like everybody's tastes. Certainly not mine. And they were like, I don't want to get in a debate with somebody who's like, you know, not educated in the matter, not read up. And I was like, okay, bye. And they never came back to my stream again. All right, let's phone a friend. Whenever you're available, I am phoning a friend is what I'm saying to Oz. Sounds like a fun combo. So I know I'm a controversial person and I know that I can argue without getting in it. And I know that's not for everybody. I'll continue my line of thought in just a moment here. I think we're about to be joined by Oz.
Hello.
Hi. We've discovered things since you and I last spoke on the matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you discover?
We have found that there are 4 domes. 5 domes. We found 5 domes using the map system on the map island. And we placed marbles that show where those domes are on this big grid in this puzzle where there are marbles and a grid. The grid has places where you can put marbles, and the marbles, I believe, are indicative of where gold domes exist. We have also found 3 wooden eyeball things, and we have discovered that behind those eyeballs are numbers. When you turn the eyeballs, there's an animal sound. And when you look at the eyeball from far enough away, it can resemble an animal with the eyeball there. Like the eyeball is the eye of the animal. However, when we tried the 3 eyeballs with the 3 animals we thought they were, nothing happened. When we tried the 5 marbles for the golden domes puzzle, there's a 6th marble. We have looked at what I think is every screen in the game, probably a minimum of 3 times, but probably more like 7 or 8 times per screen. I've yet to see a 6th dome or any more wooden eyes. And even though we kind of know the eye puzzle's gimmick, just out of the 3 wooden eyes we've met, the 3rd one doesn't really resemble an animal. So we've already broken the thing that we thought we knew was the puzzle. It's bad.
All right, let me find my tab with Riven on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And those are the only 2 puzzles that I'm working on, or that I know something about. We haven't come across anything else that even remotely has what appears to be some sort of solution to it.
So, to let you off the hook about something, you are not going to use all 6 balls. You just have to figure out which colors which color you have to leave out.
Okay. So that's a huge relief, because if I had to find a 5th huge golden dome, I don't know how I could have found it.
No.
Okay. We found a series of colors.
Okay.
But we don't know. Well, I'll look at the color puzzle again. I'll look at the only other thing that has colors in it, and I'll give it a good second over. As far as the animals and the wooden eyes, are we still doing more Easter egg hunting across all of the island?
So there is more than 3 animals.
Oh God. Oh, fun.
So what? Talk to me. Actually, turn around.
What?
No, don't go in this.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Let's just I have to do a whole thing to get back to where we were. We're going down one ladder, up the next, back into the thing. We're pulling the lever. We are in the last area again. Okay, we're turning around.
Okay, there should be a gate up ahead.
Oh yeah, there is. It's right here.
Okay. So, when the very first time that you approached this gate, there was a yellow beetle on the side of the doorway. You probably saw it and didn't think anything of it.
Right.
Have you correlated one of the orbs that you have, or one of the balls on the wall that you have, or like, have you correlated that with one of the numbered balls you have found?
Coordinated the beetle?
Yeah, beetle with a ball.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about the other animals you have found.
We have found a red frog.
Okay.
We have found a couple of plesiosaur things. They look like dinosaurs.
Yeah. They're like they're little sunbathers.
Yeah.
You are forgetting one that you have looked at a couple times and remarked on.
There's those things. They look black. They look like mutated penguins. But actually,
they look like a penguin mixed with like a flamingo mixed with a seal.
Yeah, they look super weird. Like too many animals in one go. I have remarked on. So
we've got a beetle, we got a frog, and we've got sunbathers.
Yeah, we've remarked on these bugs. Lots of bugs here.
But it's not really something you can look at, right?
No.
They're just sort of around.
Yeah.
But there has been another animal that you have remarked on, going, I don't understand why it's here.
Nope. I can't think of it at all.
Again.
Islands. Oh, the godfish.
Yes.
There's a godfish. That's everywhere. That's all over the island.
Well, you saw a fish, though, right?
I saw the actual godfish. Yeah, I saw all of his sculptures, his altars, and the actual fish itself.
Yes. So you've seen a fish.
Yeah.
So that's 4, correct?
Yes, that is.
And then, let's see. Trying to figure out the last missing puzzle piece.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scrolling through the guide.
Mm-hmm.
So give me one moment.
Mm-hmm. Akai, this is missed. Number 2.
Yeah, it's Riven.
Yep. Yeah, I decided not to skip this cutscene this time. Oz is downloading new or old knowledge back into her brain again, so, you know, I have time to take rides around the islands.
So the guide that I have up in front of me is fucking useless for the last animal, because it's just like, oh yeah, then you just have this one. I'm like, but where the fuck do you find it?
Got it. So they're more of a telling you what you're gonna get, but not how to get it, or nothing particularly sneaky or secretive. Remember if there's anything down here. Be a big no. You know, there is a place I think where you run into seagulls? Is that right? It's like over. Nope, we're going the wrong way.
No, I don't need to see all of the animals. I found a thing that was like, all of the animals in the entire realm of Riven, of like the Mist series, and I was like, that is not what I'm looking for. Thank you.
Wild. Yeah, that's a lot of information overkill.
Yeah.
Akuma says, ouch, I could not play this game because of that. Because of what? What did the game do? Show me on this teddy bear where the game hurt you. There is a way up there, isn't there? Close this. And then... Oh, maybe we need that open, because if we come down from below, then we need this part open. This, yeah. Here, I thought you run into a seagull or something. Yeah, there. There's a seagull. There's a white seagull.
Mm-mm. That's not relevant.
Okay. Well, I found another animal. Right there.
Okay.
Right there. Kai says I haven't played Myst since the 90s. This is my first time with all of them. It's daunting, I'll say that. Even this far out, looking back at an old game like this. Have it? We don't have it.
I feel like I found a way better
Way better guide.
yeah, before, and now I'm having an issue finding.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. So this one I kind of feel is a little bit actually it's not cryptic at all. Okay. So the last one is not technically it's a little bit bullshit. I'm letting you know now. It's a little bit bullshit.
Okay.
Because it's not a live animal. But neither was when you you remember that ball in the pot where the thing where you push the button and the water filled it, and it wasn't technically an animal.
Oh yeah, I saw one
like
of those.
An animal.
I saw a sunfish like that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 5. Maybe that's all I need.
Now you have to figure out what order it is. But you've got numbers associated. But you've got numbers associated with 3 of them, right?
So I have maybe I have a number associated. So the plesiosaurs are hanging out by one of the numbers. Wait, but the symbol wasn't what those things are. They're hanging out by one of the numbers, but the shape of that eyeball is not the shape of those animals at all. It's a different.
It doesn't. It's not a visual.
It's not a visual. The
There's
second
only
one was.
There's only 2 that are a visual cue.
Okay, so all right, the ladybug was in a basin of water, and we know the ladybug is eye number 2. The ones by the, but the ladybug. Oh, and the ladybug could be yellow, so we could also say
no. It has nothing to do with colors. The animal puzzle has nothing to do with colors.
Okay, but there's like a yellow beetle, red frog, and all right, but all right, that's
Okay.
fine. I'll follow you because I don't want to like make myself even more red herrings. Okay, so we know the beetle was 2 for sure. The one that was by the plesiosaurs was 1. 3. 3. We don't know what the. It was just by the tram.
Okay, but what was the sound that it made?
A bird.
A bird?
Or a sound that I don't know. It makes a squeak. It squeaks like a squeaking thing. Do you want to hear it?
I do want to hear it.
Okay. How do I get there? Is that this way? It's on this island. Cool. I'm in the right spot, roughly. So we go up here, in here, to the left here, up here, through this gate here. Not this way. We go up here. The tram is left. And down here. Here's the thing. Can you hear stream?
Hold on, I have to unmute you, but I didn't want double talk. Okay. So think about that sound again.
Okay. I'm thinking.
So does it sound like a fish?
I don't think I know what any fish sounds like ever. I've never heard a fish.
So it probably doesn't have a sound associated with it, right?
Sure.
Does it sound like those things that are sunning on a rock?
No.
Does it sound like a beetle?
I don't think well, actually, I've heard beetles. I've heard like Madagascar cockroaches,
Yeah,
but they just hiss.
They're just like. Well, just think about the way their wings
Okay.
sound.
If you're
That's
saying
mostly the sound that they're gonna make.
that this sound is the frog, I would not know that. I would never know that.
No. You should know it because you found a frog and it made that exact same noise.
I wouldn't. That was like 2 weeks ago, man.
Yeah, well,
and you can't make the
normally
frog
people
come
don't
back, can you?
You can.
Oh, okay. I couldn't make the beetle come back.
The beetle is one of those weird anomalies.
Why? Why would they do that to you?
But the sunners come back every time.
Okay. Okay, so if that's the case, then frog is 3, ladybug is 2, plesiosaur or seal or whatever the heck that glyph is 1.
You have your glyphs wrong.
Okay. Go back to that. It's the Sunners or whatever. Because that was a different sound too, but I thought it was the sound that they make. Alright, let's go down this way. Let's write this. Alright. It sounds kind of like
so that is not
whale? There's no whale glyph.
No. But that is the number 1.
It sounds like a Wookiee. I wrote Wookiee when I conjured it. So
okay.
Out of all the animals we have.
So the one line across is number 1. But it is not the Sunner.
Okay. I've got.
Have you found a stone or an eyeball that rotates that makes another sound?
I've only found the 3. So the ladybug one makes like a buzzing sound. The last one I guess is a frog, but that's suspect to me.
There's an eyeball on Jungle Island. I can tell you where it is because you might have walked past it.
Jungle. I'm on Jungle Island.
near. So there's one near it says Maglev Temple Island. That one you've already got. There's a dried fountain in the forest on a hidden path near one of the giant moiety daggers.
Hidden path? There are hidden paths here? Oh my god, why?
Have you learned nothing?
I guess not.
This is mist.
I can't tell you how long I've stared at like all of these freaking screens. I don't even know where there's a dagger here.
Well, it's okay. In the forest. This is not a forest.
It's part of the forest. It's the chopped down part.
It is the in the still existing forest.
Okay. Dagger.
So look for a big dagger. We're talking big dagger.
Okay. I mean, if it's so big, why didn't I see it yet?
So I'm pretty sure it's not over here. Go back up and go the other way.
I'm looking. There isn't more forest than that. It's not that many screens for forest. This is a dagger. Maybe.
No.
Looks like a dagger. Looks big too. There's a big dagger. It's the same big dagger actually. Just looking at it from a different angle. Now I'm just clicking on every screen. This is definitely the like there's like a big sword, a big crazy one here.
Okay. It's on a tree.
It's
or a rock.
On a tree.
Actually, it's a rock, and it's got a dagger sticking out next to it out of the rock.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's another one here. These daggers are all over the place, actually. Oh, I clicked something. I clicked the dagger, and I got closer to the dagger. Oh, there's a little hidden stone here. How would I would have never found this. This to me,
why it's called hidden.
This to me is like achievement hunting stuff. Like you do this to get 100% completion in the game, not to beat the game. Okay, that sounds like a donkey or a seal.
So what of the so we've already heard the frog, we've heard the beetle, we've heard
a Wookiee.
A Wookiee. And we've now heard something that sounds like a seal.
All right, so we have something that's like a seal. So I'm going to change this to seal, and this number is 4. Yeah, that's 4. I'm going to say that's a seal, because we have seal in our glyphs.
Okay. So, what are the animals we have not identified with a number?
Okay. Elephant, alligator, toucan, round boy, because I don't know what the hell that thing is. A flying fish, like a weevil looking thing, a boar, a crab, a bird, a bat.
I mean of the 5 animals that you have seen on this island.
Oh, well, first of all...
Or on these islands.
We saw a sunfish, which doesn't make a sound. A godfish, which I don't know what sound that thing makes. the plesiosaur looking things.
So I want you to go visit Godfish, and I want you to go visit the plesiosaurs again.
Okay. Let's go to plesiosaurs first, because I know where those guys are, and it's quicker. Come to me, my dinosaur buddies.
To me, butthead.
Okay. That's a grunt. That's like a pig grunt. Those are pig grunts. So I'm gonna put pig grunt next to that. Next to plesiosaur. Alright. So yeah, that's a pig grunt sound. And then the godfish. Oh man, how do we get back there from here? Godfish, we got to go to the fish mouth.
Also, have you tried coming into where the plesiosaurs are slowly?
No. I can't. I don't do slow.
Well, if you're trying to sneak up on an animal and not scare it off, how would you do it?
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Oh yeah, they're back asleep again. Oh, oh. Okay, go back to sleep. Come on, guys. Okay, back to sleep again. All right, great. No, don't do it. Whatever you're about to do, don't do it. Oh, it's crying. Actually, that sounds like a donkey. That's my donkey sound. Wait, where did I say the donkey sound was? Oh, yeah, it's the same thing. Seal / plesiosaur. That's fine. I wrote it as the same glyph.
So yeah.
There. Oh, they're gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so, I mean, I guess that just told me something I already knew, which was, I said they sounded like seals. Oh, right. I was going to the godfish. Oh, the godfish probably makes the whale sound.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember that already being the case. That's like...
So...
Let's click this. I'll move this down. So if godfish makes... Wait, so which one of these is the godfish? Flying fish, not the same thing.
Remember what he looks like?
Yeah, but I don't think any of the fish that I saw in the glyph room look like that. Oh, maybe the fish helicopter guy. That might be the one.
Define fish helicopter guy.
So that was the Wookiee sound, right? Yeah, Wookiee sound. So maybe fishcopter is number 1. You want to see the fishcopter? Or let's go listen to the fish first. Just to be sure that that guy does sound like a Wookiee. He lives up here. And you click on this, and you click on this, and you click down, and you click here. Oh, it's not this one. Which one makes the fish come? Crap, I have to look at my notes. Fish is called by the half-closed slit. This one. Come on. Oh, we can't skip this animation. Awful. Okay, here it comes. That's a Wookiee. That's a fish. That's a Wookiee fish. Make your sound, yo.
And he's got like big old fins, and he's got a big old fin, or like at the top of his head, like a big mohawk, right?
Oh, maybe it's the iguana then, not the fish copter. I'll do... Oh, I already thought that, though, because there's a silhouette with number 1 that looks like the iguana. So we know about the beetle is 2. I don't think this is right. I'll delete it. Beetle. So if the fish, not the fish copter, if the iguana fish looking thing is 1, then ladybug is 2, frog is 3, then the plesiosaur is 4, then there's a sunfish that has to be 5, and we didn't find anything else. Where did I put sunfish? This guy.
So, which one is sunfish to you?
So the sunfish looks like.
Is it kind of? Go ahead.
It looks like a fish with a high top fin and a high bottom fin.
And it's got like it looks kind of like a triangle with rounded bottom corners, right? Like a big old sideways triangle. Let's just go to the prison.
Yeah.
No, the prison. Yeah.
Just go there. So I don't know how to explain it to you. I don't think triangle's the right word. But I can't think of what it looks like off the top of my head. Just looks like it is a high fin up one end and a high fin on the bottom end, and that they are like kind of symmetrical. It looks like it could be symmetrical. We go this way up here. Whoa, too fast. Down here. The flying fish is this guy. Yeah, I guess kind of triangular.
Okay, yeah.
We saw this clue. This was a clue somewhere. And we just wrote it down just for shiggles.
Okay. So, go through 1 through 5 with me again.
Okay. I'm actually hit them in a certain order. So we had iguana was number 1.
I'm like curious what you think is an iguana.
Well, you know, we were looking at these without any idea of what the animals glyphed onto. So iguana was next to anteater and rabbit. There's iguana. Then ladybug was number 2. That's this guy. And then frog was number 3. That was this guy. Cricket. Thank you. The seal was number 4, which is right next to it. Whoa.
You've got the wrong picture. They don't look like that.
Okay.
Look at the rest of them. I mean...
I guess they kind of look like
faces.
The seagull. Seagull?
Mm-hmm.
Where's seagull? Mark that. And then the flying fish was... Where are you? There. Cool. Okay. Well. Didn't do anything.
You want to know why?
No. Yes, I do.
Flip 1 and 5.
What? Do I have to do them in...
You have the fish in the wrong order.
I have to do them in reverse?
No.
Or I mean, I'm sorry, I have to... Do I have to undo them?
Yes. Just undo all of them.
Oh.
Or is there some sort of reset? Can you leave?
Oh, what's happening? Okay, I think... No!
Did the game.
I was clicking so fast, and then they all started making a sound like they reset, and then the clicks continued after I stopped clicking, and one of the stones that I didn't want to click got clicked.
Gotcha.
I guess I just have to click six wrong ones, does it? And I have to not click, and I have to wait. No, what the heck? Okay, it's
You don't
it's
click
glitched.
6 of them. You don't. No, don't click 6 of them. There's only 5 animals you need. You have to wait for it to reset.
Oh, you click 5 and then wait?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
I thought
god,
the
you're
game
so
was glitched.
impatient. You're so impatient.
Hey, I'm playing this in 2024.
I know, but it's not built for that. You gotta wait.
All right, I'm waiting. I don't know that you're right.
Try looking at another one, but don't click on it.
Okay. Looking at another one.
Now back out.
Okay. Telling you.
Oh my god.
You're wrong.
Okay, fine. Then just start redoing them again.
All right. So if I do these where 5 is number 1, then that's the sunfish. So let's just start with, if I didn't accidentally press that one already. I did not. The sunfish.
I gotta pee. I'll be back.
All right. Bye. Hi, Oz's stream. Thanks for letting me derail your favorite streamer tonight while she tries to not so subtly hint me through what I finding is a pretty bullshit puzzle. Like, this one's awful. This one's so much of an Easter egg hunt and so many cryptic things and so much left out interpretation. Like, this one's crazy. She does have a nice laugh, right? Okay. Impatience makes me impatient. Me too. Me too. I can't help it. This game, like, the problem is, like, I started in these rooms slow and analyzing all the pixels and reading into, like, do you think this is a language? Do you think I need to remember this for later? I'm going to make a note of this, and, like, taking things slow and deliberate. But once you've seen these screens like 10 times, 20 times, you're like looping around, you're walking around, you're looking at the same things over and over again. You start to get into more of like a frenzy about it all. You know what I mean? And it's hard for me to get slower when I'm affected. I'm infected by the game. Okay, there's that. Then the fog is crap. This one. Then what was number 4? Why don't I have 4 here?
The seal.
Oh, the seagull.
That looks like a seagull.
Here's seagull. That's a seagull mouth. 1000%. Those are some seagull lips.
But if you look at that animal, it has a freaking flamingo mouth.
It kind of does.
The actual animal. And that kind of translates.
And then number 1 was the iguana. You. Oh my god. So why were number 1 and 5 swapped? The iguana sound was, or sorry, the holy fish sound was coming out of the eyeball that said the number 1. It was absolutely not the number 5, because the ad break on Twitch. The number 1, the glyph for number 1 looks like the Roman numeral 3 on its side.
Yeah, we're looking at ads on.
Yeah, I'll wait.
My end.
I'll wait. But it looks like the Roman numeral 3 on its side. So that's number 1. Number 1 makes that weird Wookiee sound that the weird fish makes. So why would the angel fish be in the number 1 position then?
Hold on.
Or sunfish, or whatever you want to call it. Like, I did it completely according to how you and I put together the clues with your immense level of help. But the only reason that it didn't work was because...
Okay. What to you is a number 1?
It's the Roman numeral 3.
So a number 1 is one line vertically down the middle.
Sure.
Number 5 is horizontally across the middle. Are you sure that the Wookiee sound is not the line horizontally across the middle?
No, not anymore. Wouldn't they look the same?
What?
So a line down the middle or across the middle would look the same just depending on the orientation of the number or the glyph. I'll also give you a spoiler.
Okay, so
I have no idea what 5 looks like. I didn't see 5 at all. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have to teach you these numbers because they're gonna come back.
I already solved a number puzzle. I solved it with brute force, and it did well.
No.
It did great. I did great.
I hate you for this. I hate all of this right now.
How else would I have known like all the other special glyphs that go over?
They teach you.
They taught me 1 through 7, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 6 and 7. And then I knew if I saw a glyph that didn't match 1 through 7, that number was going to be number 5. And then any numbers that are... So obviously, 6 and 7 are derivatives of 2 and 3. So that part was easy for me then. Oh, I'm sorry. 6 and 7 were derivatives of 1 and 2. So after that, all I had to do was assume that the new pieces that I was looking at for the puzzle that I did, which was opening the golden domes, that they were also just additives of a multiplier of 5. And once I did that, I just said one of these is a plus 10, one of these is a plus 15. Doesn't matter which one's which. I'm just going to try every possible solution until I get it right.
I sent you a DM in Discord.
Okay. Where is that?
Of course. This is... Okay, so looking at the different symbols, if you rotate 1 through 5, you end up getting all the other numbers. And if you combine like 5 with 2, you get 7.
Oh yeah, I know that. Like I said, I know that
and if you combine 10 with 1, you get 11.
Yeah.
And if you rotate 1, you get 5.
Okay, that I didn't know. I didn't realize there was a rotational thing involved. Because I haven't seen almost all of those other numbers, except like the 40s. There's a couple like really high level numbers that I saw in journal and I couldn't figure out what they were, but it didn't matter because they're just referential to the story. Okay. So can I let you go so you can stream your own thing for a bit? Like now that I have this, will I have more content for a while before I need you?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Okay. I'm gonna let you go. Bye. Okay, so that was fun. I obviously like really aggravated her in ways that I didn't know I could. It was pretty funny. You have to admit though, like when we did the if you were all here, those of you who are here in stream tonight, if you saw how we did the puzzle where we had to solve up to the number 24, I did it pretty elegantly. I got it down to 6 different answers that it could possibly be without knowing the actual like number patterns. And then out of those 6 possibilities, we were going to brute force through them all. Number 1 out of the 6 was the answer. And I thought it was the most likely just based on intuition of how people make crypto or make languages. what do you call them? Conlangs, constructed languages. So I just assumed that it was going to be that one, and it was. So it worked out. I think it worked out. All right, let's see what Oz unlocked for us, since we absolutely didn't do this puzzle on our own. For sure. That's a new age. Seriously? It's a whole new world? This is huge. This is huge, huge. We have not seen anything like this in this whole game. This was the whole shtick of Myst. And now we're just finding our first world in Riven after how many streams have we done of this already? 3 before this one? Crazy. All right, let's go. Oh. Honestly, this just looks like Riven again. Except there's a big mushroom. There's a big mushroom house. That looks unhealthy. What happens? Are we going in there or what? Yes, I see the mushroom. There's my hand. Oh my gosh. That took forever. And we're in. We're in. Save at this point in the game. Save often. Uh-oh. I don't like that. Guess we'll save the game. A mushroom. Badger. How many save slots do I get? I wonder. Are those flying monkeys? Am I in a dangerous spot? Where am I? Oh. Hi. Can I walk forward? Absolutely not. Somebody's in there. There's some fire. All right. Hi. Hello. Hi. Oh. Oh. How about oh. We're passed out. I don't think there's any other option. But we are out for the count. Oh no, is this going to be the start of Skyrim? Just kidding. Are we on a boat? This is whole motion video here. This is crazy. Hi, buddy. Hello. What are we doing? What's going on? Oh, I'm going back to sleep. Well, that's fine. Boy, this is a long sleep too. Like staring at black screens on a live stream, because I do. So my oldest did something brand new today. They were watching Frozen 2. Oh, Moik. And she picked out sounds from the soundtrack and was playing them on the synthesizer that they have, little toy synthesizer. It was crazy to hear. Just picked up a little keyboard and was like, I'm like, not even like one of the big songs from Frozen 2, like ones that they like listening to on Spotify, but like the soundtrack music, the music that plays in the background behind the action. And she did it pitch perfect. She got the right notes in the right order and everything. Not chordal arrangements or anything. I mean, we're talking about like a 4-year-old that we have not trained in music. So, you know, it's not prodigy level stuff. Just neat, kind of interesting to see. I know adults that can't do that. You know, you give them a little piano or whatever and say, all right, I'm going to play something. You just match the note. You just pick out the notes on this thing and tell me if you get the sound right. And she was doing it on her own. We're not like, you know, shoveling that down her throat. She just decided that was something she would want to do. Good stuff. Okay, can't go out there. Akuma says, that reminds me, my little has started potty training. Oh man, I'm so excited for you. It's a battle, and we're still battling it. one of ours can do it just fine, but then the older one, she's still having issues at night getting up or getting herself up. She'll even wake up knowing that she has to go, and like she has like sleep paralysis or something, doesn't get out of bed. And the little still fighting us. Still fight. She graduated our potty training boot camp and she'll still fight us on it. Hate it. We just want to go back to a world where we didn't buy so many diapers. That diaper money, yo. It's nice to have some of it back anyway. All right, that's cool. So these are more like pod people, but these are big. These are the village pods in the other area were quite small. These ones are quite large. What's going on? I lost my cursor. Oh, I see somebody in the window. Hi. Hello. Hey. Hey you. Hey. Where are you going? Look like they backed into the wall. Like they're hiding. Okay. Well, so there's definitely people there. I think they kind of know, like, I'm here, because maybe that guy, like, tried to hide himself from my view. Or herself. I don't know who it was. So I'm, like, super in a prison. Oh, somebody else saw me. Lost my cursor again. Somebody's coming. I so appreciate that we actually have storyline happening right now. Hi.
Katarina e now da saya palo. Yapa ay manay yalepo.
Uh-huh. I think this is Catherine.
Yotisay. Bekaretere wira pe yelo kene falapo. Tisay. Why te fulupe?
I think that's Atris's wife. I'm guessing. I heard a Katarina out of her mouth. Okay, so I'm gonna take these. Yoink! I have more stuff in my inventory. Okay, so this was the Atris book. Whoops. Yeah, this is the Atris book. What is this? Akumu says we still have to get her to tell us she needs to go. That's a big hump to get over. Which she has gone on her own without telling. That's pretty cool. And working on going number 2. That's big. There are a lot of kids that have a hang up on that. But she has gone twice in a public space. That's another big hurdle. A lot of kids also don't like to do public restrooms. And our younger is fine with public spaces, but the older one is like picky. Like she's talking about like, oh, this surface has germs. Don't touch here. And, you know, I don't like the smell of the soap in this one. Can we go somewhere else? I'll hold it. It's like, no, don't try to hold it. Not at your age. It's already bad enough for older people to try to hold it for too long just because you don't like the way the restroom looks. Okay. More lore dump. I'm so happy we're getting to lore dump. Thanks again, Oz. I don't think we could have gotten here for anything. Not for anything. She didn't even answer a question about why is number 1 and number 5 flipped in the order of the animals. Like, we found... Oh, yeah, she did answer because number 5 is a horizontal line and number 1 is a vertical line. So I looked at the glyph of number 5. It honestly just looks like a sideways number 1. So in my head, my eyes just transposed it. Like, I was like, that's a number 1. Just for sure. But she answered it. Number 5 is a turned number 1, kind of. I looked at that and it just looks like Roman numeral 3, but on its side. And it didn't dawn on me at all that it could be a different number. Huh. Oh well, maybe I should have played that Hangman game just a little bit longer to get the glyph for number 5. But I figured if you have 1 through 7, you can interpolate. Or if you have 1 through 7 minus 5, you can just interpolate what number 5 is. I didn't think number 5 was going to look just like a transposed number 1. So when I saw number 5, I super thought it was number 1. That's what really screwed me up. I think eventually what I would have had to have done if I was playing this alone with absolutely nobody's help is gone back into the submersible and gone back to the school and tried to like look up everything I could in the schoolroom again, try to relearn everything I could in that room. And I thought we spent plenty of time in there looking at everything, trying to get every angle from that room because I knew that room was going to be important later. Oh well, we're here now, thanks to significant heavy lifting from Oz. Can't say I beat this game alone, but I never thought I would. I never thought I would. We didn't beat Mist alone. Anyway, shall we lore dump? Let's lore dump together. I linked to Riven a week ago. The smell of the place overwhelmed me moments before I could see anything. This handwriting's a little tricky. With my sight only partially cleared, I stood motionless, peering ahead through a dim veil which was slowly lifting. There was a violent clang, and something appeared. I can't make out that word. Stars? I remember breathing slowly and very deeply, tasting the familiar... Oh, bars appeared? Bars. It's bars. That's a slippery looking bee. So they're in prison. I remember breathing slowly and very deeply, tasting the familiar Riven air, but not recognizing a thing. I must have been hit with the dart right away. I thought it was an insect bite at first. I'm trying to remember it all, but it's difficult. Maybe because of the drug. Oh, man. This person's very poetic writer. Poetically writing their letters. There was a voice. A man I did not recognize stood before me. Rivenese. That's what that word is. Jeez. Rivenese, though he was wearing dunny dress. He seemed to be talking to me, but the poison was already taking effect. A shadow crept in and I fell asleep. Then there were the many voices, but I understood none of them. Like hundreds of people whispering. I couldn't wake up. No matter. The dream did end. And now, to be here with Etty. It's been so many years. I didn't realize how much I missed her. Like a piece of me that I had forgotten I'd lost. She's beautiful and so full of warmth. But the years have also left her with a wound, which was not there when we were children. I do wish she were more interested. It seems like... Can we pull this away? Oh, hello. Quick side story here. Oh, this is Catherine's writing. Okay, I had to guess. But this is some weird writing. I've never seen female writing that looks like this. I write quickly from my prison. I don't know that word at all. Nella, maybe, will return your book, which the moiety interrupted upon your arrival. Moiety? I don't know. It looks like an M. It looks different than the N above it. After questioning her, I've concluded that it was written by Atris for a very specific purpose. Gen will desire to use it, although he may have suspicions. You know how modern games have this button you can press so you can read things that are hard to read? That would be so cool for this game. Because this handwriting is atrocious. It's not even... This is the handwriting of somebody that's like absolutely mad. The S's aren't even similar to each other. Like the length of letter F's are like completely all over the place in style and length and fashion. The Y's are kind of confused. The S's are really... The R's are different. The E's are all like an ugly, like, I don't know, very masculine looking E to me in the way my brain glyphs it out. And there are useless extra lines, like really bad handwriting extra lines. Like the C, handwriting C should not, it's just awful. It's just awful. Okay, anyway. If you can find my prison, you will still need the combination to release me. Gen keeps it in his office. Then I assume where to signal Atris. I think I know how it might be done, but don't signal him before I am released. Okay, all right, I won't. Catherine. Okay, you finished reading this thing? Thank you. Yeah, okay. I do wish you were more interested. It seems like I'm asking all the questions. It's awkward. No one asks me where I've been or what I've been doing. This hurts, but I understand it. Their beliefs are born out of ignorance and oppression. They are a gentle people, but they've had their nest destroyed, and now they frantically cling to anything that might save them. But why have they chosen to cling to me? I'm confused. As a child, I always felt out of place here. I never belonged. They misunderstood me, and I couldn't relate to them. But now I'm overwhelmed by an intense feeling that I owe everything to them and this place. I thought I would never see them again, and yet I'm here. I've been given this second chance. But a second chance at what? Saving them? Fulfilling their prophecies? Being their savior? And then what the heck is all this stuff down here? There's like an eye that got scribbled. There's like a planet over here that's half lit by the sun. There's like a dark thing here. Is it like a dark sun? Like, what are all the little eyelashes coming off of this thing over here? What is this scribble doing over here off to the left? Are these people underneath the sun? Is this a tree? Why is this here? Anytime stuff like this is added, I'm always like, was this a clue? Okay, it's done. Then there's more. The moiety. Atris would want me to chronicle all that I've learned. I can at least record some of it. It seems that when Atris and I trapped Gan on Riven many years ago, our efforts were witnessed by most of the... Kitty, welcome on in. Hello, hello. How are we doing? But our efforts were witnessed by most of the inhabitants here. 2 of the Rivenese even witnessed the confrontation with Gan at the fissure, where I linked back to Mist and where Atris threw himself into the abyss. Oh, what's the fissure? Was that the place where we were imprisoned? Right there at the entrance? Or at the beginning of the game? There is a big, like, pit. I don't know if we called it fissure. Okay. Of course, they understood little of what they were seeing, but they somehow were able to guess that we had won, that Gen was no god at all, but only a feeble imposter, a false god, and that we had trapped him here on Riven. I always hoped they would deduce this simple truth, but their further conclusions have astonished me. Atris had stripped Gan of his power, therefore, Atris must be a true god. As a god, he was choosing me, the spiritual misfit from a Rivenese womb, to be his wife. What the heck does that mean? I was transcending into deity and would lord over Riven forever. What the heck? Interesting. So the people worship her and not Gan. Thus the moiety, as they call themselves, were born a dissident society, sworn enemies of Gan. I did not know of their beliefs regarding Atris and myself until 2 days ago. Etty was, for some reason, resistant to tell me. I can't figure out why. I know she doesn't believe these things. Of course, everyone else assumed that I would be aware of my own god status, so they made no effort to inform me. I only realized it at a recent gathering to which I was invited. I sat at the front of a dimly lit and crowded cave. Oh, probably sat, sorry. As they told a mythical story of my own life, acting out the battle between Atris, myself, and Gen at the edge of the fissure. The events had been exaggerated into grandiose proportions. It was offensive, but I was unable to stop it. I was unable to break the illusion, which is the very foundation of their hope and purpose, and which has given them courage to band together and rebel against Gen. Since then, I've learned of other doctrines and beliefs that have evolved, the most disturbing of which is the conviction that one day I would return to Riven to free them. Some believe that I would overthrow Gen. Others believe that I will bring them to paradise. I don't know how to deal with this. I fight myself. I love these people, my only real kindred, but they will not love me as an equal, which hurts me. I would rather be their slave than their master. Oh, yeah, true. I've felt that feel before, where people pedestal me in a weird. It's not healthy. And there's like a person and a weird glyph face, and there's one of their special daggers, and I don't know what this stuff is. Maybe clouds and some teeth. And why is this one black? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The first one of 8. What is that about? I don't. Or am I just reading into shit that I'm not supposed to be reading into? There's more lore. Oh, good. Over the years, as Gen's power has become greater and greater, the moiety's numbers have grown, and they've become more and more adept at hiding themselves. They now live in a complete network, or complex network, of caves that he still has not discovered. I probably haven't either, to be honest. The moiety, for the most part, have completely severed their relationship with any of the Rivenese that chose against joining them. But I hope they've not sacrificed vital limbs in order to remove the cancer. Even Father and Anant are still on the surface in Gen's domains, and I long to see them. But a dimness shrouds Etis's face every time I've mentioned them. Oh, Eddie's face. Since this break took place, they have interfered with the surface in superficial ways, occasionally sabotaging one of Gen's constructions, or stealing food from the villagers. Well, that's not very nice. They wear strange masks and costumes during their short forays to the island's surface, and take this regalia very seriously, refusing to be seen by anyone outside the moiety unless they are properly attired. They get much pleasure out of the fact that those on the surface are frightened by these costumes. Tara, hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. If you are seeing me for the first time, hello, my name is Damian Halme. I'm a variety streamer, deep thinker, and reprogrammer of your... Apologies. Quick ad break. But we will wait. This is a lore dump, and I feel like anybody who's watching this who cannot skip ads, they don't deserve to be stuck missing out on a big chunk of this just because we're in an ad break. People didn't come with me, boo. Oh, no. I will say, no problem, appreciate the thought nonetheless in chat, because I don't know if they're stuck in ads right now or nay. So, yeah. Also, what just happened? When it came up on screen, there was this weird, like, T semicolon 3 there. 5 points with the Foxy Robin alert. Love it. Yes. How people know that ads are on their way. I'm really honestly quite happy that we're back into another like lore dump section of the game. I feel like I was feeling rather lore starved, and that the game went too long, and that's probably my fault for not getting enough of the puzzles speedily enough, but went really long without having another bit of lore dropped in for quite some time. And then the fact that this puzzle was as hard as it was really hard for me. Couldn't have solved it alone, to be honest. Okay. Yes, welcome. Welcome back, anybody who got stuck behind that ad break right at the beginning of the raid. I apologize. Yes, Damien Holme, disruptor of your minds, that sort of thing. New stream topic every week. On Wednesdays, we do deep dives. Thursdays, we do retro games. Right now, we're playing the first in the Earthbound series for the Famicom, translated into English. Fridays, we are doing Enshrouded early access, sort of a building adventure game like Valheim. And on Saturdays, we do puzzle games. Right now, we're going through all of the Myst series that we have access to. Thank you for the shout out for the Robin Hood alert. Big Robin Hood fan. Siren Riven, have you done the others recently ever? I've never played a Myst game before I started these on stream this year. So 2024 is the year where I try all of these games for the first time ever. We did Myst. We definitely needed help. I feel like the puzzles were not too terribly hard. There were a couple we got stuck on where we needed some intervention. But the Easter egg hunt parts of these games, I spent this many years of my life hearing about this franchise of games and not realizing how much of the game is a time sink where you have to stare at screens until you see something, like or click something that you didn't think you needed to click. So it's a lot of clicking and a lot of staring. I thought it was a puzzle game, so I was expecting lots of puzzles, and not that it was going to be like, we're going to hide a bunch of stuff from you. Did you know that if you close this door, you can see something behind the door? Did you know that if you look up right here, you see something secret in the up above? Did you know that if you click on this floor tile, like all that kind of stuff is like wild to me. I thought it was a puzzle game, but it's definitely like 90% Easter egg hunt, 10% puzzle game. But that's fine. As long as I get help from my audience in subtle hints along the way, it's not so bad. And in that regard, I'm much happier that I'm streaming this in 2024 than that we're playing this alone in like the 90s without anybody's help. Exile the Third is my absolute fave. Okay, I'm really stoked to check it out. Riven's bad about that. Yeah, there's a lot of hiding behind doors, and there's a lot of almost every screen I go to now, I have this weird paranoid. I feel like it's an OCD thing. Have you ever heard of that? There's like a subsection of OCD people that like every time they walk through a threshold of a door, they have to like spin a certain number of times before they can keep going. Or I worked as a barista once upon a time, and I served this OCD guy that would always come in with loose change to pay for his drink, and he'd have to count the change 3 times before he gave it to you. He had to count it. You weren't allowed to. And everybody behind him was usually pretty patient and cool about it. It just had to happen. But I feel like in this game, every time I step forward, I spin around, because you just never know what you're going to see on one of those transition screens. They hide stuff in them all the time. There's like secret paths. There's like secret levers and buttons, because you don't see them the way the game is built where you're walking. You have to stumble upon them by turning to your left, turning to your right, turning behind you, every single screen just about, or you'll miss something for sure. Myst was quite a bit simpler. There was a lot less hiding. And we played the remake of Myst, so we were playing it in full 3D. So I feel like they couldn't pull as many of those gimmicks of like, oh, we were hiding this in a funny angle sort of thing, because you could sort of move in 3D space, which I super appreciated. They upped the difficulty for Riven. They certainly did. Yeah, which is crazy, because I think a lot of people thought Myst was rather hard, but Riven is definitely harder for sure. I played these when they came out. Wow, nice. You can see the PTSD play out when I play Skyrim and stuff now. Oh no, you're like looking in corners and stuff, looking for like secrets and like, trying to look up above and different angles. I can see that. Did you use the new CGI animations or the old movie files? So when it came to, I didn't know they had CGI animations for that. When it came to the footage for the animations, that was all done with I guess the original footage. It definitely looked original. I don't think anything was CG. Yeah. Okay, where were we with the lore dump we're in the middle of here? There's a kind of calling them evil spirits or ghosts. Okay, so we're reading Catherine's notes on what it's like to be revered as a goddess by the Rivenese. The 2021 release started with crappy remade CGI. Yeah, that's not cool. Last year we played through all of the Monkey Island games on stream, and Monkey Island 1, the version that we were playing, there was a remade version where everything was done up in like the mid 2010s sort of art style. And honestly, it looked bland. It looked bad. I was not there for it. So I turned that off and we played in the original LucasArts pixely early 90s, VGA graphics, and it was so good. They knew what they were doing. The art team really knew, and it was atmospheric and it was colorful and it was cartoony and it was great. It was great with so few pixels. It was so much better than what they tried to do with the remake, and where there was just they failed, I think, because they lost so much of the charm. They went back after complaints and added the option to use the original filmed actors instead. So much better. Yeah, I gotta admit, I liked moving in 3D, but I definitely like seeing the original actors because there's a real vibe seeing them. And somebody in my stream told me they're the two original developers and designers for everything, and that they're brothers, which is great. It was great to see them like that. Hello, Ice Kitsune. I love your name. They made Atris look like AVGN. Oh no. That's amazing. Did he have like the frown? And I couldn't do the huge frown that guy does. James Rolfe. I love the guy, but I wouldn't want him as an Atris character. Remakes aren't always better. True. We were talking this Wednesday's Discourse stream. We were talking about things that ought to be canceled that we can't believe are still happening in 2024, because we figured, by now as a culture or a planet, we would have learned how to do these things better by now. And somebody mentioned that we should start canceling live action remakes of classic stories that were often like, animated, beautiful art style. Everybody remembers the voices and the songs and everything. And then what happens, and this is usually Disney, somebody jumps in and says, oh, this would be so great with like live actors, and like we could do so much with modern technology, and it's going to be so immersive. You're going to feel like you're really there. And it's like, the art really resonates with some people. Yes, it was 2D. Yes, it was cells. Yes, it was, an animated thing. But there's such a beauty and a simplicity to that. You can limit the color palettes in a way that you can't otherwise. You can reduce some of the detail in a character's face and features and focus on the things that matter most to evoke an emotion. I don't know. I'm not really there for the whole remake world. He'd probably do the scowl during the bad ending. Oh, hell yeah. You cross him, you're going to get a full AVGN frown, pull out some Rolling Rock, chug it, just stare at you and shake his head. Or he'd do something, like the way he destroys his game cartridges. I was about to say it's mostly just Disney. Yeah, if we're being real here. He doesn't even have a beard. Yeah, he'd have to wear a prosthetic. I don't even know if he can grow a beard. Never seen him bring a beard. If you don't bring the donuts. Did you bring the donuts? The donuts. Okay. What else does Catherine have to tell us? It was during one of these expeditions that they fortuitously rescued me from one of Gen's guards when I first appeared on the island. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have delivered I would have been delivered to Gen immediately. I've no doubt that he's now searching for me. Of course, I am now aware that I was fooled. Atris is not here. I was at first devastated by this realization. Now I am thankful. He would be in extreme peril here. Also, there's a quiet inner voice, an echoing remnant that wants him far away. I have just witnessed an age dying, gasping its last breath. Today I ventured to the surface to see what has become of this island. I hoped it would not be as bad as the Moiade had reported. It was worse. They have become slowly accustomed to its steady decay, but I was devastated. The lips from which the kiss is wrought has fallen words which fall cold breath. The womb from which the cry released has suffered hurt, will suffer death. Is there something there? Is there a puzzle? Fallen words? Cold breath? Womb from the cry release suffered hurt. Seems like something I have to remember. I'll come back to this. I feel like that's going to be important. Maybe it's just flourish. We'll find out. To get to the surface, we had to travel through a complex series of doors and passages. Before the last of these doors, they offered me a weapon, which I accepted, and then a mask. I held the mask in my hands for a while, wondering what sort of terror it might invoke in those members of my family who still live on the surface. But I also knew I must keep my identity hidden from Gen's ever-vigilant eye, so I accepted it as well. Then together, we swam a short expanse and emerged out of the surface of the ocean under a rocky overhang. The harsh sunlight made my eyes sting, but the fresh, rich air was exhilarating after these past weeks in the dank caves. The two men with me were silent, communicating only with hand signals. The three of us emerged from our hiding place and made our way to the top of the plateau. At the edge of a thick and overgrown area of the forest, they stopped, peered through the foliage for a moment, and then turned to me as if awaiting my command, but could not respond. In fact, I found it difficult to move. I was smelling, hearing, and breathing my youth. This swept over me in a matter of seconds, but in seconds more, all feeling was gone. There was numbness. That forest looks familiar. It looks like a forest I've been in. One of my hangups after Mist/Riven is an aversion to reading in-game books. I read so many things I never needed. Yeah, I mean, I get that. There are definitely games now where I will skim through the lore and I won't even read them out loud. It is a draw for some folks in my channel. If I can toot my own horn, I am a professional voice actor, so I will sometimes read lore dumps on stream if I think they're going to be really interesting and they're flourishy. And some games I do half and half. If we're like in the middle of an adventure and I'm in a multiplayer game and there's some lore that I can read, if everybody's cool with stopping and letting me read it, I'll read it. But if everybody's kind of like vibing or I'm vibing, I'm just like, let's go kill the bad guy at the end of this. I don't want to read the lore. Then we just do it. So I'm of two minds. This game, Riven especially, Mist didn't have it so much, but Riven has a lot of red herrings. Like so many things are like, that could be a clue. Oh, that could be a clue. Like my clue file that I've been like typing into has so many dead ends that I was like, oh, that didn't really end up panning out to be anything. Oh, what about this? Like you get conspiratorial. I was saying earlier tonight, I should have one of those posters with the red yarn, like linking up a whole bunch of different thumbtacks together. Because you go crazy, you start to think every bit of information, every bit of data, why would they put it in the game? They put it in the game so that you could use it in a puzzle. It's got to be part of a puzzle. Everything. The developers had to think that way. It's not atmospheric. It's part of something. And it makes you go a little insane. Akumu, have a good night. You deserve rest. Please rest well. And good luck with the journey with the little. I hope everything moves smoothly and easy for you, and good luck with the potty training as well. Skyrim is my home. There are 1,000 books. I refuse to read them. Yeah, that's a game too, though, where the books aren't like necessary to like solve the world. They're just there to give you, you know, that extra immersion. So you do not need it. See a frog. This reminds me of a puzzle. Honestly, there's a frog in this world that I saw, and I didn't think it was going to be part of a puzzle. And then I found later on, you know, stones, and 2 of them look like a frog. I was like, oh crap, frog's probably part of a puzzle. Every little thing in this game anyway. Try not to overanalyze most of the games I play like that. Okay. Yeah. All right. We did not stay long on the surface, but it was long enough to see the worst. Riven, which was once one island, has split apart into 5 distinct pieces, about half a mile apart. 4 of these have been claimed by Gen as his exclusive domain. Only his ministers and personal militia are ever allowed access to them. From my vantage point at the edge of the forest, I could see 3 of these islands. They're stripped of their former beauty and are riddled with Gen's self-absorbed constructions. The moiety rarely visit these closely guarded places. The Riven number system has lasted in my brain since I played it originally. That part I don't mind. Cool stuff like that. Yeah, totally. I dig if there's a real try for linguistics in a game, I super dig that. I feel like that's very immersive. I'm a big linguistic nerd. If you check out my YouTube channel, you'll see some old videos there where I constructed the world's first learning curriculum for High Valyrian, the language that they spoke in Game of Thrones. The long-standing language they spoke in Game of Thrones. I know a lot of people were watching like season 1 and 2 going, Dothraki is going to be the best new conlang we've ever heard, best new constructed language. And then, you know, stuff happens to Khal Drogo, and suddenly Dothraki becomes a much less important language in the rest of the series. But yeah, if you are ever curious to learn a language that has no merit in the modern world except for funsies, I'm the person that generated the world's first curriculum for that. I feel like I'm bragging too much tonight. My apologies. The Dunny numbers, I still remember them to this day. Riven has been Riven. Oh, Chants of Senar linguistic puzzle game came out last fall. Hang on, I'm going to write that down. Or type it, actually, because I don't write. Chants of Senar. Thank you. That's exciting news. I'm going to have to check that out. I may have studied Romulan back in the day. All right. You're my kind of nerd. Welcome. Welcome to my humble community. Okay. We finished this page. Great. There is another island which I could not see, as it had evidently crept away to a terrific distance. I read that right? Interesting. I guess because, yeah, the islands are like migrating from each other. The moiety are very unclear as to what exists on this island, except for the fact that they know it is where the great tree used to exist. The forest is located on the island that the surface dwellers and the moiety still refer to as Riven, but they also still refer to their entire world as Riven. This island is where the village is, which has changed dramatically. It is also the one remaining province of the people, though Gen's influence can be seen everywhere. Okay, so all right, I recognize top right. That's the big gold dome island. That's where we start. You go across that bridge, and you're to the map island. You go down across the tram. You're to the people's village and the forest. Yeah, we know that. And then you go across. Oh, my bad. I did that wrong. Top left is the crater island. Bottom left is the mapping island. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know where we're looking at. And there are black circles. Why is that? Like, yeah, I know there's a cave on the map island. What's the weird black circle next to the dome? Is that one of the mini domes, or is that the weird like photo enlarger looking thing? Trying to figure out why they drew that. Anyway, probably not part of a puzzle. Probably not. Of course, I know the reason for the fracturings of the island. The moiety do not. Gen wrote this place, and it will die, as all of Gen's ages eventually die. Wow. Drawn shade. What did Gen do wrong? Well, I mean, we'll find out. Apparently, he likes destroying ages to try to get Dunny back, is what I think we read in a previous lore dump. I feel nothing today. I am nothing. I live in a cave on a dying world inhabited by people that they're treating me so strangely. They don't know how to relate to a god. I'm still an outcast here. They whisper amongst themselves, talking of my bravery during my excursion to the surface, how I walked across the island, bold and unafraid. They don't know me. Even Etty is uncomfortable around me. At times, there is no awkwardness, and I am only Katran to her. But at other times, I am something else. I am afraid there's such a gaunt numbness inside of me. Today, I do not feel closeness with my people. Neither am I offended by their worship of me. I do not hate Gen. I don't feel anything. I'm not even sure of... At least, Nella is still close. What are these scribbles? Do they mean something too? Were you trying to tell me something? There's more. I am boiling. That's interesting. Blurb there. Gen is making and writing books. Oh, that's why she's boiling. I wish they had told me sooner. Atris should have released this. Atris should have realized this would happen. Of course, Gen would have written all of the materials necessary to the Dunny craft of making books into this age, and probably every other age he ever wrote. He is attempting to write his way out of here. We did not imprison him. We only delayed him. This age has become his factory, and the people are his machines. All laboring in his mad pursuit to become a god, to carry on his noble Dunny cause. Gen just sucks at writing ages. Yeah, I know some people like him. Copies and pastes stuff from other ages, even worse. Even ChatGPT can write a better age than Gen. Oof, that's awful. I wonder what would happen if you tried to feed that prompt. Write an age like the game missed. That's old enough for ChatGPT to know. That world, maybe it knows. Apologies for all the like slow reading. It's this handwriting is headache inducing. It's so disparate from it. Like every glyph of letters disparate from another line of the same letters. They could not pick a style. They could not pick one lane. So far, he has not been able to produce a fully functional book. Atris has never believed in destiny, but I don't know what else to call it. It's too perfect. It's too much of a coincidence. They hang on my every word, though they do not understand them. I am their hope, and now I have returned. I owe this to them. There's no choice. Oh, what's this? What's this? There's a lever. There's another lever pointing at the lever. Why is that? And you rotate, and then what's this thing? What's this thing? Okay, more stuff to try to commit to memory. It's because Catherine is a doctor. That has to be it. It's obvious. Are you writing a prescription right now? Because I feel like a pharmacist, but a pharmacist without training in how to read your handwriting. It's been... Oh, not... That's... I'm starting the wrong thing. when games have handwritten books that are clearly a regular typeface, it's all this obviously isn't handwritten. Don't get me wrong. I love me some good handwriting. This just ain't it. Like in one line, there are disparate glyphs of the same letter. That's how bad. That's how disassociative disorder, identity disorder this is. Like no letter. The R's aren't even the same per line. The F's do so many weird things. Oh, it's just this is a nightmare writing style. They should have picked somebody else to do the handwriting. Oh, for sure, it's terrible, but at least they tried. It's very evocative. It definitely has a vibe. I just wish there was a button like they do on newer games where you press it and then you see the typing off to the side that you can just read that and then appreciate all the work that they did to make the handwriting look nice. It's been a long time since my last entry. It is hard to recognize, but I have found the Star Fisher. It is located on the island which the Rivenese call Aleppo. Oh, I've heard that word. Aleppo, maybe, meaning water pool, but which is referred to by the moiety as Alatuan, meaning pool of stars. Having once allowed Atris to escape this age without leaving an open door behind us, it has since been sealed with a skin of heavy iron. What? Where's that? A crude telescope has been mounted over a locked viewport, the combination to which was acquired by the moiety before my arrival. There's a number. Oh, that's the thing. This is the thing. It's the thing that looks like an enlarger in photography. It totally looks like that. So, okay, we're looking at, let me pull up my numbers thing here. And then this is, we're just going to call it the enlarger because it's an easy way for me to remember what we're looking at. Okay, that's a 4 and a 1. I know 1 off the top of my head. KI was 3. I know it's not a KI. It's just how I remember. And then another 3 and then a 1. Wait, how do you? I know this thing has like 5 buttons, but those don't have they don't have numbers on them. So how is it? Do you have to click on them a certain amount of times? We'll figure it out. We'll try a few different things. See what that is. Stop. Okay, I don't know what stop is. All right. In the early days, the moiety, seeking an escape from Riven, briefly pursued the idea of reopening the fissure. They discovered a small mechanical stop to prevent the scope from hitting the portal window. Okay. Ultimately, however, they decided against opening it. I hate to think what would have happened to them if they had not left it alone. I've instructed them to stay away from it. I'm almost certain that with the decayed state of the islands, opening the fissure now would be disastrous. So maybe I can't mess with this thing yet then. All right. I'll either file away that information or we'll just save and then screw with it. I have heard that in the days immediately following Gen's confinement on Riven, he attempted to determine the feasibility of navigating the stars beneath the fissure, for he had seen the mist book fall from Atris' hands into that very same space. To this end, he would have people, alleged transgressors of the law, thrown into it so that he could observe their fate. Brutal. This guy, how is Atris such a good? Hold on. I will pause while we're on break. So nobody misses the thing. This is crazy to me, this part. I mean, it's not that crazy because, to be perfectly honest, I want to say thanks for the follow, but they might be an ad break. I'll just type it like that. It did another T semicolon 3 when I did a heart thing. Yeah. If I wasn't living a similar situation, it's so weird to me to watch somebody who's so brutal, so violent to people just to get ends met, who's so willing to just like throw away relationships, throw away, like use people as a tool, only with one sort of grandiose idea in mind, let people worship him and seem to be absolutely cool with that, and then have a nice, kind, loving son who seems to care, who also wants to try to like revert his father's misgivings. Actually, I do totally believe this. I was saying this out loud, thinking like this is such an unbelievable story that a good person like Atris would come from such bad seed. But then I realized how well I know this story in real life, and that it's actually quite possible, and that I think I know this story all too well. All right, let's get back to the lore dump, shall we? Okay, feasibility. He threw some people into the space and watched them watched awful things happen to their body. Why? The telescope, which still stands there, is one he had built for these callous experiments. Awful garbage human being. It is said that they did not die, but what became of them remains a mystery. It appears that the limits of Gen's optics prevented him from learning their fate. The star field beneath the fissure is not as it seems. It is a gentle space, as hospitable to life as a flowing river. This is how Atris explained it after he had fallen into it. But much more than that we've never understood, and we were never able to conclude upon its origins. But the visions tell me that it was born out of the will of the Maker. First of all, she has visions. Second of all, who's the Maker? I thought Atris and Gen were makers. Perhaps for some greater purpose that we cannot yet understand. Tutankhamun was, by all accounts, a decent kid, even though his dad, Akhenaten, was a bit of a loon. Yeah, you know, sometimes the apple does fall pretty far from the tree. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that happens. Well, I know how it happened in my life story. But that's it's a whole other stream besides this one. We got lore to get through tonight. I still remember Atris' words from his journal. I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse. I feel like this is the beginning of Mist. It sounded like we're reading that intro. There must be some greater reason behind it. I neglected to mention it earlier, the unique shape of one of the great daggers which appeared during our escape from Riven. It says daggers, right? Gotta be. The very dagger that stands vertically at one end of the Alatuan has been adopted by the moiety as the symbol of their cause. It is dagger, yeah, for sure. It is a sacred symbol for them. It is the representation of all of their doctrine and their representation of me. Oh, you're represented by a dagger. Cool. To deface the symbol is sacrilege. Oh, I'll have to remember that. They have their own mythical explanation regarding its sudden origins. I haven't told them that I wrote it into this age. Oh, she's a writer too. Along with all of the other daggers. That was all her doing, huh? Well, then it is a symbol of you. It's strange how such a young religion can be so unbending, even to their own god. I have tried to dissuade them of the notion that symbols contain so much power. The enemy uses this paranoia against them. They are fearful of Gen's symbol and are terrorized by his symbolic use of the Werk. Looks German. But they don't want to hear this from me. Perhaps any attempts have even caused some of the younger members of the moiety to doubt that I am Catherine. Oh, Wark. That's an A. Yeah, you're right. That's an A for sure. Because the E's are all that capital epsilon E looking thing. Thank you. My rare encounters with those who say they follow Gen have been discouraging. I have hoped to have some communication with the surface villagers, but they always flee from me. but I've heard news of some of the villagers' beliefs regarding Gen. Soon after we trapped Gen on Riven, he claimed that he was responsible for the daggers, placing them around the island as a reminder of their failure. In the village circles, it is told that this was a punitive act performed by Gen to mark the beginning of a period of restitution, at the end of which, if they have proven their devotion to him, they will be delivered unto a new and better existence. Yeah, toss them down that star hole. I will continue to try to reach them. The door is open. The door is open. And maybe Gen is free. Well, that's not good. Gen has the ability to create working books. In fact, he has written one age before I arrived, but has kept this accomplishment so well hidden that only his closest ministers were aware until now. I'm not sure. Perhaps he has written others. Other news, a few years ago, before the moiety were forced into hiding, one of them managed to steal what appears to be a test book that Gen had intended to destroy. It had been partially written, but did not work. They didn't tell me about it until now, because they thought it was useless. Back then, none of Gen's books worked, but instead of correcting the problem at its source, he blamed it on the impure wood of the Riven forest and proceeded to engineer a cumbersome mechanical remedy, a complex series of domes, to heal his book's inherent flaws. One of the consequences of this crude solution, however, was that the domes demanded huge amounts of energy, and the related problems delayed his success for quite some time. At last, however, he finished his work and was finally able to link to an age, but he kept his success extremely well hidden. However, for some reason or another, belligerent pride, he has made modifications to the domes, which make it obvious that he's using the domes to breathe life into his half-dead books. Perhaps he means to cure... Perhaps he means to lure us into using the books in the domes. He can't believe we would blindly swallow this suicidal act, maybe. Suicidal something. But he wouldn't know that we have one of his books, the stolen burnt book. Oh, is that the one that I just found that got me here? There's a possibility of have read burnt book. Age it describes would be unsuitable as new home for the moiety, must be modified. I will dream. Have requested a group to solve the combination that will open the domes. Once open, we can power the burnt book. I do not think Gen will interfere. He will leave the bait. Interesting. So they powered the book using the domes? Curious. What am I looking at here? What's this thing over here? It's weird bird, wasp looking thing. Don't like it. Moon, stars, lots of these funny tree things. Have begun writing the moiety's age. Now must acquire second book from Gen. There is tension. A strain blurs my vision. And nightmares. Nela and Etty stay close. What you got going on there? This looks like it's right at the top of the star fissure. Oh my gosh, there's more. Okay. I'm not even in full like voice acting mode tonight, and here we are. Much has happened. Almost everything is prepared. We have stolen another book, but I'm concerned. Gen will miss it. We have also discovered the combinations for entering the domes, but we have not discovered the method for powering them. By powering one burnt book with Gen's domes, we will be able to link this age, but we will only have access to the domes for a short of time before we are discovered. Therefore, we can only use the domes once. I must find another way to make the books work. The gateway images in Gen's books and our burnt book all seem to share the same sickness. If they are not powered, the images are black. It might be possible to clear the vision with only what? We'll write substance into the moiety age. Okay. Well, I'm taking a look here. I see an eye. It's looking through some, I don't know, maybe that's bricks or something. Is this thing an eyeball? Or this thing's eyelashes? There's a black box here. There's a black box here. Or is this like a portal? There's water. It was maybe filtered. Looks like a water filter. Please tell me this is not part of a puzzle. We can always come back to this. In case it is a puzzle, we can always come back. Okay. All is ready. Now all we can do is wait for the word from the moietor-esque, sure, who are on the lookout for Gen to power and use the domes. When he does that, we will have access to one of Gen's domes just long enough. After linking to the age, which I've written, I only have to locate the book window substance and refine or adapt it. Laying this window over the gateway image should heal the books and make them work. This will allow me to use the second stolen book and return to Riven with more of the book windows. We will then no longer have to rely on Gen's clumsy domes. I laugh at these plans. I sound like Atris. I'm risking my life, but I feel no fear, only anxiety. Perhaps it is the source of my nightmares, the fissure, like a great wound, is opened. It stains the riven soil with blood. I hold the moiety knife. The voices grow so loud. For their part, the moiety have complete faith that I will accomplish my task and lead them to a better world. It is the fulfillment of their prophecy. But they are also fearful and tense. I don't know what they will think or do if I fail. It is done. It seems too good to be true. I feel like it's all still a dream. We have already evacuated all of the moiety to this new age. It is beautiful and I am pleased. At last my people will live in safety and comfort. They stand under the bare sky unafraid and dazzled by their freedom. They are happy. They have named it Tay. Oh, like Taylor Swift. Because unafraid and dazzled and safe and comfort. Just like Taylor Swift. Sorry, that's all. There's still much to be done. We are not protected yet. The only way to completely safeguard this place is to destroy the book, which links to here from Riven. But I do not even know how to bring this up to the moiety. They will be extremely reluctant about destroying their only link to Riven. Oz, how are things going? We're doing lore dump, so you know this might take us to the end of tonight's stream. There's like a lot. There's a lot. I do like it. I'm liking the lore. This is honestly for everything this game is, the soundscapes, the really nice, pretty graphics, and the intrigue and the puzzles and everything. The lore is where this game shines the best. This is the best part of this game. And this right here is a really cool lore dump where we're in right now. Cyan Games predicted Taylor Swift, you say? 100%. Yeah. In fact, here's some headcanon for you. I think Catherine wrote Taylor Swift into existence. Frankly. I share this hesitation. I would be cutting off my only connection. But for their sake, it must be done. I am anxious to know if our activities have aroused Gen's suspicions. If so, we must act quickly. Even so, I feel that now we are impregnable. Ooh, impregnable. Taylor Swift must be good at reading doctor handwriting. Maybe. Tomorrow, I will return to Riven to see Gen's reaction for myself. Oh, but tonight, I finally rest. And so do I. That's the end of that one. Okay, what's this last book? Is this my prison book? Did I get my prison book back? Is this the prison book? It is. Do we... Oh. Do we... If we go in... Let's save. Let's save. Do we go in the book? Save. And the answer right now is yes, we do. Because I want to see what happens. Bye. Oh, what's happening? Wait, you're not. You're not. What's going on? Hi guys. Hello. Hi. What are you doing? Oh, are we trapped? Oh, this was the prison book. It was. It's active again. That's good to know. I think we're stuck. Wait, if one of these guys touches the book. Oh, I don't think they will. They know better. They know better than to touch the book. Boom. The end. Yeah. Okay. It is the prison book. When I saw Denis, I thought maybe it was, you know, you go back and talk to Atris. Be like, hey, what's up? Can you get me back to Riven again? He's the one that got us there in the first place. All right, that's nice. Can we? I can't skip the credits. This is punitive. They're like just for your just because of your transgressions, your sins, you will now have to watch the entire credit roll. Okay, we'll watch the credit roll. That's fine. Mate, if you think these graphics are good, just wait till you get into Exile. Graphics and the music score are both stellar. Yeah, and when I say, yeah, obviously, when I say they're pretty graphics, I mean they're pretty graphics for the late 90s. Clearly, there are some wonderful games since then, but knowing the era that this game came out of, it's pretty good, pretty nice. It is the book back to Dunny, but like the prison book. There are a lot of credits. No! I don't have much time before I have to go to sleep. Take me out. I know. I can pause the credits, which is, you know, a beautiful thing. Thanks for letting me pause them so I can spend extra time reading. There's no like move faster button. I'm just gonna try every button on my keyboard with the hopes that maybe... Oh, there was a QA team. I have words. I have words to share with those people. Oh no, you died. Yeah, I totally... Well, here's the thing. I saved right before because I had this hunch like, oh, I got my prison book back. And then I saw it animated inside and I was like, well, I want to touch it. Want to know how many ways you can fail at this? No thanks. I just know you've told me save and save often. It really is back to Dunny. I mean, yeah. Just the wrong part. Wrong part. Sunsoft? That company name sounds familiar. What did Sunsoft do? Was Sunsoft the people that did Blaster Master? Showing my age that I know what Blaster Master is. There are technically several endings for Riven. Only one is good. Uh-oh. We better work hard to get the good one. All right. Can we load? Can we load? Start a saved game. Do we go in the book? No, we do not. But it's there. There it is. We have it. Okay. Oh, cutscene. Don't have my cursor. Whenever my cursor disappears, you know something's gonna happen. Oh, hi. Yeah. 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 Oh, she's got the healer thing. So maybe this isn't Catherine. For a second I thought maybe it is. But now I'm wondering, because she mentioned that name twice, maybe she's referring to Catherine. Okay, so I think that's my way out, and that's my only way out. There's no actually leaving and exploring this world and age. But we know it's here. This is where the moiety are all hiding. Now, we got a crazy good lore dump. We got our prison book back, which is, you know, OP is all get out. And now we can interact with this and maybe go back to I don't know where this is. I don't recognize this. This is a whole other thing entirely. Maybe this is back on Riven, but like in a different place. Good stuff. This woman did a really good job with her dialogue. I appreciate the delivery of, you know, completely different when you don't know what all the words that you're saying. Well, I'm sure they give her translations so she gets the right inflections and everything, but I can super appreciate when somebody nails acting in a fake language. I feel like that was another thing they did really well with Game of Thrones. Like they really nailed everybody speaking, especially High Valyrian. Everybody who spoke High Valyrian in the original Game of Thrones did a stellar job. And by that I mean some people got words wrong, and they were people who were supposed to get words wrong because they're speaking an ancient dead language to them. So when they get words wrong, like they did that on purpose. Just so clever. Yes, Blaster Master is Sunsoft. Oh, nice. Look at me. Look at my brain working on overtime. It actually sounds like she learned it rather than just copying it phonetically. Honestly, sometimes you, as an actor, you just gotta take the plunge. All right, let's go in. Oh, it brings us back here. Okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't recognize the round thing I was looking at was that. Okay. Oh, yeah, and this is that room. All right. All right. All right. Well, now I have those. And I'm back out here. And I got my thing. And, that was a really interesting side uh-oh. Oh, wait, that happens all the time. I was like, what does that sound? It's just the door closing behind me. We don't have much time, so I don't know how involved I want to get past this. But maybe, now that we have Catherine's book, could we maybe, like, knock on some doors? At least since we're right here, and then we'll just call it a night. Knock. Knock. Alright, let's go to the one we can actually knock. Knock. I got something good for you. Super important that you see your god's writing. Did you know for Fifth Element, Luke Besson had Mila Jovovich practice the alien language by just having conversations in it on set constantly? This is true. And which is crazy because that language is probably one of the most minimal conlangs in the history of conlangs. It does not have enough words to really get many points across, but it is one of those languages that the more you practice it, the better you're going to end up getting. Because it has to be rattled off so fast to really get a good sound. And I think I remember reading that Besson was trying to go for something that sounded celestial or angelic with the sort of construction of the sounds and everything. I don't know how you bring that across in phonetics. I thought it was good. It sounded very... you know what it kind of sounded to me like, and maybe there was some inspiration with this, but this is just speculation on my part. It sounded a little bit like some people that I've heard speaking tongues in Christian church, and the sounds that are commonly associated with some of that tongue-speaking sound, had some overlap with this language. So there might be something to it there. Knock 4 more times on that door. I'll tell you, I already did it. I don't think it's going to happen again. There's 3, 4, 5 total. Yeah, I did it. I waited. I saw the person open up this little part here. I think it only happens once. Well, you know, it was worth a shot. I have Catherine's book, so I thought, you know, maybe just because these people might know. Actually, these ones aren't the ones that are deifying her. They're still vassals of Gen, so I guess they're not going to be proselytized too, just because I have her notes here. But, all right, well, we're going to go ahead and save there. I'll just do a new save. We have plenty of saves. We could keep going with saves. Back. Oh, wait, what? No. Down here. Back in Riven after moiety. Something like that. Cool. All right. We are definitely at that witching hour, so it is time for me to be good to myself in my tomorrow times and call it an evening. I stream every Wednesday through Saturday, 10 p.m. for 4 hours, or starting 10 p.m. Eastern for 4 hours. If you're on the West Coast, that's 7 p.m. for 4 hours. Different game every day. So if you're really here for the Riven action, come back next Saturday. If you're here just for me, or you kind of want to see how the other days of formatting go, please feel free to drop in on the other days. I stream on YouTube every day that I stream. And if you're missing a VOD and you want to go watch the VOD, please watch it on YouTube because I'm farming for watch hours. And Twitch and Kick do not check my watch hours the way YouTube does. So watch hours, YouTube, super important. Kick.com, if you haven't made one already, make a profile there. Follow me there. You don't have to watch me there. I matched every other metric I need. I just need followers there. And if you're watching me on Twitch, thank you for being here. Thank you for being in the place where I've been for the last like 3 years. Since I stopped being a full-time YouTuber. I super appreciate the Twitch community and being live. So love your faces. I'm going to say goodbye to YouTube and Kick first because I can't raid out, whereas at Twitch I can. So if you're on YouTube or Kick tonight and you're watching me, have a good night. If you are safe, fed, and loved, make sure someone out there is too. Please, I'll catch you again on Wednesday.